Chapter 1145. Let's go, Uncle Ching said helplessly. The group then continued on their way. Master, this is the Green Jade Sheep race, a race that just entered the 10,000 ancient races. From the looks of it, they were attacked by an enemy race and can only move to another area. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon explained to Zhao Feng. There were no countries or lord dynasties in the ancient desolate realm of gods. There were only races and forces of various sizes. The strong preyed on the weak in the ancient desolate realm of gods was even more prominent, and there were fights between races in different areas. The fate of the weak was always in the hands of the strong. The Green Jade Sheep race was defeated in a battle with the Giant Spirit Deer race, and they were currently escaping to another area. Hearing this, Zhao Feng couldn't help but sigh. 3-star forces were considered enormous in the continent zone, and it was extremely rare for 3-star forces and sects to fight against each other. Zhao Feng then looked at the carriage in front of him. The people in the carriage were obviously of the main bloodline of the Green Jade Sheep race. Yu Lin wasn't even 30 years old yet, but she was already an emperor. Next to Yu Lin, was an even younger youth. This youth is probably only 16 years old, but he's already at the small origin core realm. Zhao Feng's gaze passed through the carriage, and he was slightly shocked. If this youth was in the continent zone, he would probably be a prodigy and miracle. One had to know that when Zhao Feng was 16, he was still at the ascended realm, and he was one of the younger ones amongst those of the same cultivation. From the looks of it now, it would be a humiliation for Zhao Feng to bring his results back to the ancient desolate realm of gods. Zhao Feng then inspected the other people in the group. The members of the Green Jade Sheep race were all kings and emperors, but their auras were extremely condensed and thick. Their eyes flashed with sharpness. It was obvious that their foundations were extremely stable, and they had experienced a lot of battles and were very experienced. The peak-tier kings of the Green Jade Sheep race are much stronger than normal emperors in the continent zone. Zhao Feng couldn't help but smile and become even more curious about the ancient desolate realm of gods. I'm called Man Zi. Brother, where did you come from? At this moment, a male from the Green Jade Sheep race next to Zhao Feng greeted Zhao Feng. This one is Zhao Feng. I was once at the western border of the ancient desolate realm of gods. Zhao Feng's expression did not change as he followed the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's instructions. According to Zhao Feng's perception, this barbarian came to strike up a conversation with Zhao Feng at Uncle Qing's instruction. Naturally, his purpose was to learn more about Zhao Feng. That's a bit far. Sky Feather Island is at the northern edge of the ancient desolate realm of gods. Man Zi revealed an expression of worry for Zhao Feng. However, since Brother Zhao dares to come out alone, your strength must be extraordinary. Man Zi carefully sized up Zhao Feng. He couldn't sense a strong primordial bloodline aura from Zhao Feng. If one didn't have a primordial bloodline, their cultivation talent would be much weaker. However, the fact that Zhao Feng was alone at such a young age made some of the members of the Green Jade Sheep race surprised. Some of the regions in the ancient desolate realm of gods were occupied by the major races, while others were dangerous lands that were usually occupied by rare beasts or natural disasters. Without enough strength, one would have to pay a toll when entering the territory of other races or forces. If one accidentally entered the territory of beasts, they would be attacked and killed. Right at this moment, the sound of something flying sounded in the sky. Following this, a ferocious beastly aura surged forward. Several dozen giant azure birds had rotted wings, revealing some eerie white bones. They stared fiercely at the members of the Green Jade Sheep race. It's a green death bird. Pay attention and protect young mistress and young master. Uncle Qing immediately exclaimed. The aura of the entire group suddenly changed, and a strong surge of battle intent and cold-killing intent spread. Uncle Qing led 8 people and charged out. The remaining people guarded the carriage. How dare you attack the Green Jade Sheep race? Uncle Qing roared and waved the dark green spear in his hand, sending out several rays of golden light. Green Azura Strike. Green Light Slash. The other members of the Green Jade Sheep race attacked together with Uncle Qing. Most of these green death birds were emperors. Although the Green Jade sheep race didn't have many people, with Uncle Qing present, nothing would happen. The green death birds were soon at a disadvantage, and more than half of them were killed. The remaining green death birds started to retreat. "Continue on our way," Uncle Qing said. The group then continued on their way. "We've let Brother Zhao see a joke. Now that the Green Jade sheep race has fallen to such a level, even the green death birds dare to attack us." Man Z next to Zhao Feng sighed. "No, doesn't the Green Jade sheep race have Mystic Light Realm experts? They're still a 3-star race," Zhao Feng said with a smile. "Brother Zhao, stop making fun of us. 3-star races are just at the bottom of the ancient desolate realm of gods. With the current population of the Green Jade sheep race, they're probably the weakest of the 3-star races." Man Z was slightly annoyed by what Zhao Feng just said. Zhao Feng paused for a moment. 3-star powers were just at the bottom of the ancient desolate realm of gods. Although Zhao Feng had some understanding of the situation in the ancient desolate realm of gods, a 3-star power shouldn't have no status here. "Master, that is indeed the case. In the ancient desolate realm of gods, 2-star and 3-star races are at the bottom. They're basically tools for other powerful races and forces to steal resources." The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon said. "Only a 4-star race like the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race can be considered a powerful force in the ancient desolate realm of gods." Admiration flashed through Man Z's eyes when he mentioned the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. Their destination this time was the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. Zhao Feng's expression became grim. The 3-star races in the ancient desolate realm of gods were at the bottom. If Zhao Feng wanted a more detailed map, he would have to go to the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race that Man Z was talking about. Zhao Feng was only able to confirm his direction after obtaining the map. His main goal was obviously to find Zhao Yufei. His secondary goal was to join a powerful force in the ancient desolate realm of gods, obtain cultivation resources, and increase his strength. After all, although Zhao Feng wasn't very weak after coming to the ancient desolate realm of gods, he wasn't very strong. In the blink of an eye, a month passed. In this period of time, the Green Jade sheep race was attacked by 5 groups of beasts. The worst time was when they met a sacred Lord-level black and white illusion scale snake. In the end, Uncle Qing and the disciples of the Green Jade sheep race paid a price to defeat it. "Uncle Qing, come inside and rest." Yulin was slightly worried. Uncle Qing's injuries worsened as he fought against the black and white illusion scale snake. "Don't worry, these small injuries can't do anything to me. We'll reach the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race in 5 days." Uncle Qing squeezed out a smile. As long as they entered the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race, the Green Jade sheep race would be able to recover and take back the territory that the giant spirit deer race had taken. Zhao Feng's eyes twinkled as he looked at the pitch-black sky. At that instant, a ferocious beastly aura filled the surroundings. All the members of the group felt as if they had fallen into an ice cavern, and their bodies couldn't help but tremble. This aura is late-stage mystic light realm. Uncle Qing's expression changed, and his face became pale white and helpless. A giant black-armored eagle swept over with a gust of cold black wind. The entire group was like a candle in the wind in front of the black-armored eagle, and they started to sway. The black-armored eagle circled in the air above the Green Jade sheep race and stared at them with cold, mocking eyes. "It's a black-scaled ice eagle? What do we do, Uncle Qing?" The other members of the Green Jade sheep race didn't know what to do, and they all looked at Uncle Qing. After all, Uncle Qing was the strongest expert here. "Protect young lady and young master with our lives." Uncle Qing revealed a fierce expression as he looked unwillingly at Zhao Feng and messaged, "Brother Zhao, please ride the green-winged giant wolf and take the young lady and young master of the Green Jade sheep race to the Blazing Fire Golden sheep race." At that time, the Blazing Fire Golden sheep race will not mistreat Brother Zhao. The Green Jade sheep race was in such big trouble, so he obviously didn't expect an outsider to fight to the death with them. Therefore, Uncle Qing hoped that Zhao Feng would protect Yu Lin and the other young master to the Blazing Fire Golden sheep race, and he offered great rewards. Even if these two have the direct bloodline of the Green Jade Sheep race, the 4-star Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race won't even look at them properly. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon said with a smile. It was obvious that Uncle Qing was lying to Zhao Feng. The Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race wouldn't give Zhao Feng anything if Zhao Feng brought the direct bloodline of the Green Jade Sheep race safely. Zhao Feng didn't reply to Uncle Qing. He only looked up at the black-scaled ice eagle in the sky. Seeing that Zhao Feng didn't agree, Uncle Qing guessed that Zhao Feng might know that he was lying to him. Is the heavens going to destroy the Green Jade Sheep race? Uncle Qing had a hateful expression as he looked at the black-scaled ice eagle in the sky. However, right at this moment, a golden-purple light flashed through the black-scaled ice eagle's eyes. Screech! The black-scaled ice eagle suddenly screeched in fear. The black-scaled ice eagle stopped in midair and lowered its head as if it was apologizing. Hoo! The black-scaled ice eagle then flapped its wings and quickly flew away. The entire Green Jade Sheep race was stunned on the spot with blank expressions. Only Uncle Qing and Yu Lin in the carriage glanced at Zhao Feng subconsciously. That faint surge of eye bloodline power just now. Uncle Qing's heart shook. When the black-scaled ice eagle showed itself, he felt a surge of eye bloodline power from Zhao Feng's body. Although that surge of eye bloodline power was faint, it was extremely strong. If his guesses were correct, the golden-haired male that entered the Green Jade Sheep races group might be a peak Mystic Light Realm expert. Only a peak Mystic Light Realm expert would be able to push back a late-stage Mystic Light Realm black-scaled ice eagle with an invisible force. Young mistress, you also felt it? Uncle Qing messaged Yu Lin. Yu Lin had a secret treasure passed down from her ancestors and should have sensed Zhao Feng's attack. Only Uncle Qing and young Master Xiao knew that. Don't say it. This senior doesn't have any ill intentions. Yu Lin looked at Zhao Feng with gratitude in her eyes. Let's continue on our way, Uncle Qing said at this moment. The group from the Green Jade Sheep race then reorganized themselves and prepared to continue forward. They would arrive at their destination in 5 days. What happened just now? I didn't think that the black-scaled ice eagle would let us go. The members of the group chatted with each other. At this moment, Yu Lin walked out of the carriage. Young Master Zhao, why don't you come and rest in the carriage? I hope you don't mind the trouble we've caused along the way. Yu Lin's face was pretty and slightly immature. She had a pair of jade-like horns that glittered faintly. Chapter 1146. Young Sir Zhao, why don't you come into the carriage and rest for a bit? I hope you don't mind the trouble along the way. Yu Lin said shyly. Except for Uncle Qing, the rest of the team members were all dumbfounded. Why would the young miss invite a human into her carriage so rashly? Although Yu Lin had invited Uncle Qing to rest before, Uncle Qing was the strongest expert in the race, and he had escorted young lady to the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. On the other hand, this human didn't contribute at all. When the Green Jade Sheep race was attacked, he didn't help either. This made the other members of the Green Jade Sheep race have an extremely bad impression of Zhao Feng. However, young lady had invited this person into the carriage. This made the other members of the Green Jade Sheep race confused. Does young lady like this person? A member of the Green Jade Sheep race guessed. There wasn't much discrimination between bloodline races in the ancient desolate realm of gods. After all, there were countless bloodline races in the ancient desolate realm of gods. Some powerful bloodline races only had a few hundred or a few dozen people left, so it was very common for people outside of their bloodline to marry. Sure. Zhao Feng hesitated for a moment before agreeing. The material of the carriage was extremely special, and it contained a barrier that blocked the outside world. When they entered, Zhao Feng smelled a faint fragrance that seemed to have the effect of calming one's mind. Thank you for saving us just now, Senior. The Green Jade Sheep race is extremely grateful. Yu Lin had a respectful expression as she bowed. If it wasn't for the fact that Zhao Feng scared the black-scaled ice eagle away, the entire Green Jade Sheep race would have been destroyed. Lu Yun greets Senior. Yu Lin urged her little brother. Greetings, Senior. The young master of the Green Jade Sheep race revealed a respectful expression and immediately bowed. In his eyes, his sister's cultivation was already extremely high. Someone that his sister called senior was definitely amazing. It's just a small matter. Zhao Feng didn't mind at all. This was all karma. If Yu Lin hadn't helped Zhao Feng back then, how could Zhao Feng have helped them pass through this calamity? Senior, the purpose of this trip is to find a detailed map? Yu Lin asked. That's right. Zhao Feng said directly. Senior, if you don't mind, you can take a look at the map of the Green Jade Sheep Race. Yu Lin pointed her finger at Zhao Feng and shot a ball of light into the space between his eyebrows. In the next moment, a huge map appeared in Zhao Feng's mind. This map only describes the area outside of Sky Feather Island. It probably doesn't even cover 1% of a region. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's voice sounded. The ancient desolate realm of gods was vast, so the maps there were extremely precious. They were important items to every bloodline race, and they would normally not be easily revealed to outsiders. The ancient desolate realm of gods was split into 18 zones, and each zone was at least 1,000 times bigger than the continent zone. At this moment, the Sky Feather Island depicted on the map of the Green Jade Sheep Race was the size of the entire Great Gon Lord dynasty. An island is equivalent to a Great Qian dynasty. Zhao Feng was still shocked after hearing the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's story. He didn't dare to believe it. No wonder the entire team hadn't reached their destination after traveling for 2 months. It turned out that Sky Feather Island had such a large area. Does Miss Lin know which zone of the ancient desolate realm of God Sky Feather Island belongs to? Zhao Feng asked. Zone? I've heard Father talk about the Gulong Zone before, but I'm not sure about anything else. Yu Lin was stunned. Her father had said that anyone who mentioned the word zone was almost always an expert of the ancient desolate realm of gods. In the past few years, Zhao Feng was the first person to mention the word zone to her, so Yu Lin couldn't help but feel even more respect for Zhao Feng. Hee, so it's the Gulong Zone. This little girl actually knows what zone she's in. Looks like she's not completely ignorant. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon teased. Zhao Feng rolled his eyes at the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. The Green Jade Sheep Race was a 3-star power, so why did they seem like a normal village in the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's eyes? However, according to the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's description, Zhao Feng understood just how big the ancient desolate realm of gods was. For a 3-star race like the Green Jade Sheep Race, the largest area they had ever been to was around Sky Feather Island. Therefore, this map only covered this area. Black Destruction Serpent Dragon, how long will it take to reach the zone of the spiritual race from here? Zhao Feng had a guess in his mind, but he still asked. Hee, with your current speed, it'll take at least 1,000 years. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon said with a smile. More than 1,000 years. Zhao Feng's mind buzzed. He hadn't even cultivated for 50 years, but if there weren't any accidents, it would take more than 1,000 years to reach the spiritual race where Zhao Yufei was. Furthermore, the ancient desolate realm of gods is filled with danger. Many areas are taken over by powerful forces and races. There's no way you can pass. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon laughed and said, Therefore, you should first join a race or force and raise your strength to the heavenly divine realm. Only true gods have the basic right to travel across large zones. This time, Zhao Feng had learned something. Only true gods had the basic right to travel across zones. From the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon's words, he once again felt the importance of strength. Without strength, it would be hard to move forward. Okay, then I'll temporarily stay at the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep Race. Ever since Zhao Feng had dominated the continent zone, Zhao Feng had been too ambitious. Now that the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon had told him the general situation of the ancient desolate realm of gods, Zhao Feng once again felt how minuscule he was. It was as if he had returned to the time when he was fighting for his life. Senior, have you found the way home yet? Yu Lin asked. I found it, but it's a bit far. I'll probably have to stay at the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep Race for a while. Zhao Feng smiled helplessly. The size of the ancient desolate realm of gods exceeded Zhao Feng's imagination. The strong preyed on the weak in every aspect of the ancient desolate realm of gods. Yulin's expression became slightly sad, but it soon became bright again. She originally thought that this senior was much stronger than Uncle Qing and might be able to help the Green Jade sheep race take back their territory. However, she immediately understood that it was more suitable for her to do this herself as a member of the Green Jade sheep race. At this moment, a faint golden light flashed through Zhao Feng's eyes. Yulin, who was within the carriage, also seemed to sense something. Several dozen experts from the giant spirit deer race were chasing after the Green Jade sheep race when the curtain was lifted. The leader was an elder in yellow clothes. He had an arrogant expression, and his eyes were like lightning as he stood on a large flying beast with his hands behind his back. The aura of a mystic light realm radiated from his body, and an invisible magnificent power covered the Green Jade sheep race. Only then did the Green Jade sheep race's speed become slower and slower until they finally stopped. The moment they saw the old man, Uncle Qing and Yulin's eyes were filled with anger. The other members of the giant spirit deer race panicked and didn't know what to do. This elder was the second elder of the giant spirit deer race. He was extremely vicious in the battle against the Green Jade sheep race, and he had killed the most members of the Green Jade sheep race. Hee, I still managed to catch up to you. The elder in yellow revealed an excited and cold smile. The Green Jade sheep race had almost entered the territory of the blazing fire golden sheep race. However, since he had caught up, all the members of the Green Jade sheep race would die. Giant spirit deer race. Uncle Qing revealed a murderous intent. He wanted to charge up and kill this elder of the giant spirit deer race. However, he had traveled a long distance and dealt with many dangerous beasts. He was heavily injured and wasn't a match for this elder. Most of the other members of the giant spirit deer race had admitted defeat, and their overall strength was several levels higher than the Green Jade sheep race. Kill them all. The elder in yellow had an arrogant expression as he said coldly. The members of the giant spirit deer race behind him instantly circulated their true yuan and prepared to slaughter. The Green Jade sheep race does indeed have a blood feud with you, but there's an esteemed guest in this carriage. Don't go overboard. At this moment, Yulin walked out of the carriage and said angrily, Haha, why don't you say that there's a peak stage mystic light realm expert or a true god in your carriage? The elder in yellow laughed and completely ignored Yulin's words. If the Green Jade sheep race really had an esteemed guest, they wouldn't have been slaughtered by the giant spirit deer race. At this moment, the members of the two races had completely started fighting. Before the elder in yellow could even attack, the members of the giant spirit deer race had already surrounded the members of the Green Jade sheep race. Although this carriage had an array protecting it, it was still damaged by the shockwaves of the battle and kept on shaking. Right at this moment, the beast under the yellow-robed elder's feet suddenly rose into the air, and a heavy pressure of a mystic light realm pressed forward. Senior, please help the Green Jade sheep race overcome this calamity. At this moment, Yulin panicked and knelt in the air. She had no other choice but to put her hopes on Zhao Feng. Fuck off. Right at this moment, a calm and dignified voice suddenly sounded from within the carriage. An invisible force of thunder and lightning spread out in all directions, completely drowning out the sounds in all directions. The elder in yellow who had just jumped up was forced to stop in the air and spat out a mouthful of blood. He stared at the carriage with shock and disbelief. The bodies of the other members of the giant spirit deer race shook, and they spat out mouthfuls of blood as they flew back in every direction. Their bodies shattered. At the same time, the members of the Green Jade sheep race were dazed as their minds buzzed. They didn't understand what was going on. Heaven and earth became deathly silent. Senior, please spare me. The elder in yellow's heart shook. At this moment, he remembered the esteemed guest that Yulin had mentioned before. He didn't think that it really existed. That mysterious esteemed guest had used just one word to severely injure his body and soul and kill all the other members of the giant spirit deer race. He could only think of a peak mystic light realm expert with such terrifying strength. Everyone from the Green Jade sheep race finally thought of Zhao Feng in the carriage, and they all took in cold breaths. Yulin finally let out a breath and looked gratefully at Zhao Feng in the carriage. He had a calm expression, and his eyes were closed, as if he didn't want to care about what was happening in the outside world. Everyone, kill this person and take revenge for our race. At this moment, Yulin revealed a determined expression as she looked at the elder in yellow. Kill the second elder of the giant spirit deer race. Kill him and take revenge for our race. All the members of the green jade sheep race instantly charged out. The heavily injured elder in yellow didn't even have time to run, and he died after being chased by the members of the green jade sheep race for a while. Continue on our way. Zhao Feng's voice sounded from within the carriage. Chapter 1147. Let's continue on our way. Zhao Feng's voice sounded from within the carriage at this moment. Young Sir Lu Yun of the green jade sheep race was next to Zhao Feng. His eyes sparkled as he looked at Zhao Feng with extreme passion. Although he was young, he knew a bit about his family. It was because of the giant spirit deer race's slaughter that his parents died, and he had to escape with his older sister to another place. Furthermore, in the ancient desolate realm of gods, the strong were respected, and all races had a natural passion for the strong. Thank you, senior. Yulin slowly calmed down and entered the carriage. Originally, with this senior's strength, he could have easily killed the second elder of the giant spirit deer race. However, this senior only heavily injured him and had the members of the green jade sheep race do it. Yulin was extremely grateful to Zhao Feng for this. At this moment, the members of the green jade sheep race placed their attention on the senior within the carriage. No one had expected that the seemingly weak and cowardly man who had joined the team midway was actually a peerless expert. The members of the green jade sheep race that had treated Zhao Feng coldly before were filled with fear and regret. Senior Zhao's strength is indeed extraordinary, or else he wouldn't be traveling by himself. Man Zi had an expression of respect. Let's go. The group continued on their way after they finished organizing themselves. However, the atmosphere of the group was extremely heavy after this incident. There wasn't much conversation along the way. A few days passed quickly. Because this place was close to the blazing fire golden sheep race's territory, they didn't encounter any attacks from beasts. Senior, we're here. Yulin was slightly cautious. Zhao Feng's eyes slowly opened, and a powerful soul aura began to radiate from him. Although Zhao Feng didn't cultivate much on the way, Zhao Wan and Zhao Wan didn't stop within the misty spatial world. Zhao Feng found that when Zhao Wan and Zhao Wan's soul intent increased, his soul intent would also increase. Furthermore, as long as the three of them weren't too far apart, their soul intent could be transferred between each other. After all, it's a soul cultivation art. Even if I treat it as a clone secret art, it will still be helpful to my soul. Zhao Feng thought to himself. In this way, the weakening of Zhao Feng's soul when he split his soul was completely negligible. I'll enter the blazing fire golden sheep race with you. Zhao Feng said indifferently. After all, Zhao Feng was alone, and his identity was questionable. It would be much easier to enter the blazing fire golden sheep race with the green jade sheep race. Walking out of the carriage, Zhao Feng saw a continuous stretch of golden palaces, majestic and magnificent, emitting an ancient battle intent. The members of the green jade sheep race stood respectfully as excitement and yearning flashed through their eyes. Who are you? At this moment, two members of the blazing fire golden sheep race flew over. These two clansmen were bulky, with long golden red hair and a pair of golden red jade horns on their heads. Their eyes were cold. We are from the green jade sheep race, and we are here on the orders of our seniors to request an audience with Elder C. Uncle Qing had a solemn expression as he handed over a letter. Normally, normal 3-star races didn't have the right to join a 4-star force in the Red Maple Forest. However, the patriarch of the Green Jade Sheep race had a relationship with an upper echelon member of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. This time, the Green Jade Sheep race had brought a token to the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race to seek protection from this Elder C. A member of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race quickly returned to the race. A member of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race standing guard in front of them took out a token, read a message, and then led them into the territory of the race. Zhao Feng inspected his surroundings along the way. Although the blazing fire golden sheep race was a 4-star power, it wasn't something that pseudo 4-star powers like the Grand Imperial Hall and Sky Suspension Palace could compare to. After all, a true 4-star power needed a true god. The true god of the blazing fire golden sheep race alone could probably sweep across all the pseudo 4-star powers in the continent zone. Furthermore, most of the adult disciples of the blazing fire golden sheep race were at the initial stages of the void god realm, and most of the inner disciples were at least at the peak stages of the void god realm. An early stage void god realm was the same as a normal king, and a peak stage void god realm was the same as an emperor of the continent zone. There were no kings, emperors, or sacred lords in the ancient desolate realm of gods. After all, an initial stage void god realm could only be counted as a lower middle member of the blazing fire golden sheep race. Even a peak stage void god realm could only be counted as an upper middle member. How could someone with such status be considered a king or an emperor? All of you can stay here for now. Elder C will see you when he has the time. This disciple didn't even look at them and left after saying a few words. From his point of view, even if he was just a gatekeeper, he was much nobler than the upper echelon members of these 3-star powers. The members of the Green Jade Sheep race looked at the tattered buildings in front of them with unsatisfied expressions. This treatment was comparable to the workers of the blazing fire golden sheep race. Everyone, stay here for now. At least we're safe now, Uncle Ching said with a smile. In this world, if one didn't have the strength, they could only endure. In front of the blazing fire golden sheep race, a dozen or so people like them were extremely small. It was already very polite of them to let them in and arrange a place for them to stay. Senior, sorry for troubling you. Yulin, said apologetically. It's fine. Zhao Feng didn't mind at all. He picked a random building and started to cultivate. The heaven-earth yuan qi in the ancient desolate realm of gods is several times denser than in the continent zone, and the heaven-earth yuan qi in this 4-star family is even denser. Zhao Feng gave a faint smile. This was practically the best cultivation ground Zhao Feng had ever encountered in his entire life. Any 4-star power in the ancient desolate realm of gods will definitely have a crystal vein, which is why the heaven-earth yuan qi here is so dense and pure. The black destruction serpent dragon laughed and said within the misty spatial world. So that's how it is. Zhao Feng suddenly understood why the difference between the 3-star and 4-star powers in the ancient desolate realm of gods was so big. A large crystal vein was enough to change the fate of an entire race. However, without great strength, how could one protect a crystal vein? This caused the strong races in the ancient desolate realm of gods to be monstrous, while the weak races were like dust. 4-star powers and forces were one of the barriers. 3-star powers were the lowest existences in the ancient desolate realm of gods, and 2-star powers were like ants. However, once one became a 4-star race, they would become a ruler and rule over all the 3-star and 2-star powers in their territory. I've taken over a substandard god crystal vein in the ancient dream realm. Zhao Feng felt smug. Zhao Feng was using this substandard god crystal vein for 2 things. One was to provide resources for his own cultivation, and the other was to nurture the ancient races in the ancient dream realm. Zhao Feng circulated the 10,000 divine thoughts technique and started to cultivate. Right now, Zhao Feng's main goal was to consolidate his cultivation. After coming to the ancient desolate realm of gods, Zhao Feng felt that there was still a lot of room for improvement, so he wasn't in a rush to break through to the peak stages of the mystic light realm. On the other hand, Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body had reached the 7th level and was a true god. It would be hard for it to improve in a short period of time. Zhao Feng took out a few substandard god crystals and some precious ancient resources and circulated the 5 elemental wind lightning technique to absorb them. This was his first time cultivating in the ancient dream realm of gods, and Zhao Feng felt extremely smooth. His cultivation speed doubled, and surges of dense heaven-earth yuan qi merged into Zhao Feng's body. Zhao Feng was also able to make better use of the medicinal effects of these resources. On the other hand, the heaven-earth yuan qi in the misty spatial world was the same as the outside world. Zhao Wang, the little thieving cat, and the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon were all cultivating. Zhao Wang's cultivation was the lowest among them, but this gave him a chance to solidify his foundation. On the other side, the little thieving cat had been cultivating ever since it entered the ancient desolate realm of gods, and this surprised Zhao Feng. Upon closer inspection, Zhao Feng felt that the ancient bloodline aura within the little thieving cat's body was becoming clearer, and the little thieving cat's cultivation was rapidly increasing. As expected, this thieving cat's origins aren't simple. It even has such a unique bloodline. While cultivating, Zhao Feng used a part of his consciousness to observe the little thieving cat. Because his cultivation was extremely smooth and no one was disturbing him, Zhao Feng remained in seclusion. Time flowed like water, and a month soon passed, but the green jade sheep race still hadn't seen the so-called Elder Sea. One day, Zhao Feng finally opened his eyes when he heard many anxious voices outside. There were many buildings within the blazing fire golden sheep race. Apart from that, there were also martial arts fields and sparring stages. At this moment, several hundred members of the blazing fire golden sheep race were gathered at the edge of a large martial arts field. Of course, there were also disciples of other races. The forces behind these disciples had paid a huge price to send them to the blazing fire golden sheep race to cultivate. In the middle of the crowd, Lu Yun of the green jade sheep race had blood dripping from his mouth as he looked around helplessly and panicked. "Brat, what race are you? How come I've never seen you before?" A youth in white with golden red goat horns had a playful smile on his face. He couldn't have snuck in, right? A big-headed youth in green next to the youth in white said with a serious expression. Beside him, a few of his followers immediately agreed. These disciples were all juniors of the blazing fire golden sheep race's elders or deacons. The youth in white was called Si Jinhua, and he was a junior of second elder Si Luhan. These disciples with power often bullied the other disciples of the race, and they would find trouble with anyone they didn't see. Today, they had coincidentally met Lu Yun. Secretly watching my race's disciples practice is a huge taboo. Si Jinhua had a faint smile as he threatened. The surrounding disciples of the blazing fire golden sheep race instantly laughed mockingly. Only a small portion of the disciples looked at Lu Yun with pity. "I'll teach you a lesson today so that you won't break the rules again in the future." Si Jinhua laughed coldly. Beside him, many disciples of the clan were ready to make a move. "Stop!" At this moment, Uncle Qing flew over, and a powerful aura dispersed the crowd. The other members of the green jade sheep race and Yu Lin arrived as well. "Lu Yun, are you okay?" Yu Lin looked at Lu Yun anxiously. Si Jinhua's expression changed slightly when he felt this aura, and he revealed a faint smile as he inspected the group that just arrived. "So, it's you bunch of trash. Grandfather was just too embarrassed to chase you away, but you're still here." Si Jinhua laughed loudly without holding back. Si Jinhua had heard his grandfather, Si Luhan, mention a bit about the green jade sheep race before. The members of the green jade sheep race obviously understood what Si Jinhua meant, and their expressions became ugly and filled with anger. However, this was the blazing fire golden sheep race, and although this youth in white was only at the Great Origin Core realm, he was Elder C's descendant. The green jade sheep race wouldn't dare to touch him even if they had 10,000 guts. This girl looks pretty good. If you hand her over to me, I can plead with my grandfather to take care of you." Si Jinhua's eyes wandered all over Yu Lin Er's exquisite body without any scruples. "You?" Uncle Qing's expression became angry, and killing intent spread. "You dare to touch me?" Si Jinhua puffed out his chest. He wasn't afraid of the pressure of a mystic light realm expert at all. In fact, he even had a hint of disdain. A male in black armor hiding in the darkness appeared next to Si Jinhua and sent out a flaming red light that pushed Uncle Qing back several dozen yards. It was obvious that this person was the expert protecting Si Jinhua in secret. "Hey San, you came at the right time. Teach them a lesson for me except for that girl." Si Jinhua snickered coldly as his gaze landed on Yu Lin once more. Chapter 1148. Uncle Qing. "Uncle Qing, are you okay?" The members of the green jade sheep race had worried expressions as they gathered around Uncle Qing. Uncle Ching's expression was grim as he looked at the black-armored male with furrowed eyebrows. Worry flashed through his eyes. This person's cultivation should be at the early stages of the Mystic Light Realm, but Black 3 was a Mystic Light Realm expert of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race and Si Jinhua's personal guard. His strength was definitely stronger than normal early-stage Mystic Light Realms. Uncle Ching's injuries hadn't healed yet, so he obviously wasn't Black 3's match. However, what Uncle Ching didn't expect was that Black 3 would attack them directly, and his attack just now was extremely fierce and merciless. This proved that what Si Jinhua said was true. Elder Si Luhan, who they had come to seek protection from, didn't put them in his eyes at all. He even wanted to use this chance to cause trouble and squeeze out all the value of the Green Jade Sheep race. At this moment, Uncle Ching was still wondering if Si Jinhua purposely came to cause trouble for the Green Jade Sheep race under Si Liuhan's orders. No matter what, Uncle Ching understood one thing now. They couldn't stay in the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race anymore. In this world, there was no friendship without strength. Sorry, the Green Jade Sheep race shouldn't have disturbed you. Although he hadn't done anything wrong, Uncle Ching could only apologize to Black 3, Si Jinhua and company. Young mistress, young master, let's leave this place, Uncle Ching said. The others weren't idiots. They knew that staying here was no different from facing the giant spirit deer race. You were just about to attack my young master, but I stopped you. Now you want to leave? He San sneered, his words aggressive. The surrounding disciples seemed to sense something and immediately retreated. What? The expressions of those from the Green Jade Sheep race changed dramatically. From beginning to end, Si Jinhua was the one making things difficult for the Green Jade Sheep race, and now that Uncle Ching was apologizing, the other side still wouldn't let them leave? Come with me to apologize to Elder Si. Black 3 revealed a disdainful expression as a layer of fire-red mystic light sacred power appeared in his palms, and the temperature of heaven and earth started to rise. Blazing fire sky raising hand. Black 3's hands instantly expanded and turned into a pair of fire-red claws that radiated a fierce aura. Uncle Ching panicked. He San's cultivation level was higher than his, and he was not in his best condition, so he was no match for him. Furthermore, this was the territory of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. If he made a move, the entire Green Jade Sheep race probably wouldn't be able to escape. He San's figure flashed, waving his fiery red claws, attacking Uncle Ching. At this moment, a dark yellow lightning flashed in front of Uncle Ching. Boom! A powerful lightning force suddenly spread out. Everyone on the martial practice field felt a terrifying pressure that was as heavy as a mountain. They were unable to move, and their bloodline and true yuan were almost frozen. He San screamed as his arm was directly shattered by the pure tyrannical strength. His body was sent flying and he was slammed into the wall hundreds of feet away. He San spat out a mouthful of blood and looked at Zhao Feng in horror. Although he had a sacred body, his arms didn't show any signs of recovering. One had to know that Zhao Feng's state of existence had already reached the level of a true god, and he had the element of God Tribulation Lightning. A measly early-stage Mystic Light Realm sacred body was useless against Zhao Feng. Senior Zhao. Uncle Ching's expression changed as he looked at Zhao Feng in shock and fear. He was extremely shocked by Zhao Feng's strength. However, Uncle Ching then sighed. This was the territory of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. Since Zhao Feng had attacked someone from the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race here, he wouldn't be able to leave alive. Since the Green Jade Sheep race had brought Zhao Feng here, the Green Jade Sheep race wouldn't be able to escape. However, even if Zhao Feng didn't do anything, the Green Jade Sheep race wouldn't be able to escape today. Or you, how dare you attack a member of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race? Si Jinhua revealed a fearful expression for the first time. The strength of this human couldn't be underestimated since he was able to defeat He San in one move. Right at this moment, several powerful auras appeared within the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. 6 Mystic Light Realm experts of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race arrived at the martial arts field with the sound of flying. Who is it? Who dares to cause trouble in the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race? The elder at the front had a fire-red face and a goatee as he stared at Zhao Feng angrily. To be able to defeat He San in one move, this golden-haired male had at least reached the late stage or peak stage Mystic Light Realm, and his strength was extraordinary. However, this was the territory of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race, and there were 5 Mystic Light Realm experts with him. No matter how strong this golden-haired male was, he wouldn't be their match. Fifth Elder, kill this person. He dares to offend the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race? Si Jinhua pointed at Zhao Feng and immediately said. The members of the Green Jade Sheep race revealed expressions of despair. They didn't expect Zhao Feng to attract 6 Mystic Light Realm experts of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. This goateed elder was the 5th elder of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race, and he was at the peak stages of the Mystic Light Realm. However, what they didn't expect was that Zhao Feng was even more domineering than the 5th elder. You dare to act so arrogantly in front of me? Zhao Feng's golden hair blew in the wind as his cold eyes scanned forward. He had been in the ancient desolate realm of gods for a while now, and Zhao Feng had started to get used to this place. Strength was everything, and the weak could only be bullied. It was time for Zhao Feng to display his strength and obtain some benefits and power for himself in the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. After all, Zhao Feng was raising the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon, which was a bottomless pit, and he was starting to run out of resources. What, you? The 5th elder's expression changed slightly, and then he became enraged. Zhao Feng's words were exactly the same as what he had said before, and it was even more domineering and forceful. Even the members of the Green Jade Sheep race were dazed as they looked at Zhao Feng in a daze. Facing 6 Mystic Light Realm experts, Zhao Feng was still so calm and forceful. They didn't know if Zhao Feng was courting death or if he was immeasurably strong. Who is this person? I wonder what kind of bloodline he has to be so strong. However, he doesn't know his place and dares to act so arrogantly in front of the 5th elder? The spectating Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race disciples discussed among themselves in shock and mockery. Fine, I'll let you taste the price of acting arrogantly in front of me today. The 5th elder shouted angrily, his eyebrows furrowed. Who? The 5th elder and the other 5 Mystic Light Realm experts circulated their Mystic Light sacred power and took action. A peerlessly terrifying aura pervaded the martial arts practice field. Those below the Mystic Light Realm immediately retreated several hundred yards and hid in other buildings. Only the 6 Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race members and Zhao Feng were left on the martial arts field. This human is dead for sure. Si Jinhua looked at Zhao Feng in disdain and harumphed coldly. However, in the next instant his expression suddenly changed, and his body froze. Boom. The 5 Mystic Light Realm experts of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race were smashed to the ground by a wave of lightning that was as heavy as Mount Tai when they got close to Zhao Feng. No matter how they tried to break free, they were unable to move. On the other side, the 5th elder was sent flying by Zhao Feng's lightning-fast punch and spat out a mouthful of blood. The 6 Mystic Light Realm elders of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race were defeated by Zhao Feng in one move. The entire martial arts field was covered in a dark yellow physical force of lightning, and the hard jade ground started to crack. The clansmen hiding in the nearby buildings were dumbfounded. They couldn't believe what was happening in front of them. Senior Zhao. Yu Lin Er's expression changed dramatically as she covered her mouth. On the side, Lu Yun's eyes burned with reverence as he stared at Zhao Feng. How is this possible, Yu? The 5th elder clutched his chest as shock filled his face. This person instantly suppressed 5 early-stage Mystic Light Realm experts and heavily injured him, who was a peak-stage Mystic Light Realm, with one punch. How was this possible? From the 5th elder's senses, the golden-haired male in front of him was only at the late stages of the Mystic Light Realm. Could his true cultivation have reached the heavenly divine realm and he had been hiding his true strength? However, he didn't know that Zhao Feng was able to suppress all the mid-tier demigods in the continent zone many years ago. Before entering the ancient desolate realm of gods, Zhao Feng's state of existence had reached the level of a true god, and the power of Zhao Feng's physical combat techniques had also become stronger. Zhao Feng didn't bother with the fifth elder and merged his intent into the air. The wind started to move, and the magnificent power of heaven and earth condensed into a bright arm of wind and lightning that grabbed Si Jinhua not far away. Senior, spare me. At this moment, Si Jinhua felt a strong sense of danger. Furthermore, the terrifying strength that Zhao Feng displayed completely scared him. After all, his cultivation was only at the Great Origin Core realm. You dare to touch Jinhua? Right at this moment, a shocking roar sounded from a magnificent golden building. Who? A dark green figure flashed between Zhao Feng and Si Jinhua. Boom! This elder immediately took action and prepared to save Si Jinhua from Zhao Feng's control. Second elder. The fifth elder revealed a joyful expression. Apart from him, who was only at the mystic light realm, the other four elders of the blazing fire golden sheep race had touched the heavenly divine realm and were demigods. Second elder, Si Luhan, was one of the strongest demigods. Zhao Feng snickered coldly and moved his intent. Si Jinhua originally thought that he would be fine since his grandfather arrived. Boom! However, in the next instant, his body exploded. This scene shocked all the onlookers in the surroundings. Senior Zhao. Uncle Qing's voice started to tremble. Originally, Zhao Feng might have had the right to negotiate with the blazing fire golden sheep race after defeating the fifth elder, and the green jade sheep race might have even been able to escape. However, when Si Luhan arrived, Zhao Feng killed his descendant right in front of him. This action was completely provoking Si Luhan and angering him. Why would Senior Zhao do such a stupid thing? However, what Uncle Qing expected didn't happen. What do you mean? Si Luhan had a cold expression as he looked cautiously at Zhao Feng. This golden-haired male had still killed Si Jinhua when he arrived, which made Si Luhan slightly fearful. Although Si Jinhua was his descendant, he was still a useless weakling who couldn't help him at all. Why would Si Luhan do something so irrational just because of his death? Right at this moment, an ancient voice that seemed to come from a dark golden palace in the forbidden grounds of the blazing fire golden sheep race sounded. It seemed to be the voice of a sovereign of the world. Tell him to come see me. Chapter 1149. Patriarch. All the members of the family present on the martial arts field respectfully lowered their heads as if they were worshipping someone. No one would have thought that a small matter between two Origin Core Realm disciples would attract the attention of the patriarch of the blazing fire golden sheep race. Good sir, come with me. Si Luhan looked coldly at Zhao Feng and said, "Bush." The two figures disappeared from where they stood. In the forbidden grounds of the blazing fire golden sheep race, there was a golden palace that reached into the clouds. This was the forbidden grounds of the blazing fire golden sheep race, but there were no guards or arrays around it. This was because the patriarch of the blazing fire golden sheep race was the strongest threat. Any 4-star power or race in the ancient desolate realm of gods needed to have at least one true god. In the eyes of 2-star and 3-star powers, true god experts were gods that controlled everything. One word from them could decide their fate. Inside a spacious and silent golden palace. Patriarch, I've brought the person. The second elder respectfully stood to the side. An elder with white hair and a withered aura was sitting in front of the palace. This person was the patriarch of the blazing fire golden sheep race, true god Skyfire. His eyes suddenly opened, and 2 beams of golden light shot out of them as he stared at Zhao Feng with boundless majesty and awe. Human, what is your goal in causing trouble in the blazing fire golden sheep race and injuring our clansmen? True God Skyfire Kong Ming's voice reverberated in the hall. The entire hall seemed to freeze. Every movement they made had to bear a great pressure and deterrence. The second elder felt like it was hard to breathe. On the other hand, Zhao Feng was calm and composed. This Xiao just wants to use my own strength to obtain some benefits from the blazing fire golden sheep race. Zhao Feng said straightforwardly as he looked at true God Skyfire. Zhao Feng had been in the ancient desolate realm of gods for a while now, and he understood the rules of this world. Based on his guesses, true God Skyfire was an extremely old rank 1 true god. If this true God Skyfire had a divine weapon, then he was probably even stronger than true God Tian Fa when he first arrived in the continent zone. A single rank 1 true God was enough to sweep through the continent zone. However, the current Zhao Feng wasn't the old Zhao Feng. He just wanted to run, and true God Tian Fa couldn't do anything to him. What do you want? True God Skyfire raised his eyebrows. It was impossible for any race or force to reject a powerhouse. As long as it wasn't an enemy faction and possessed great strength, anyone could become a collaborator. Furthermore, the abilities that Zhao Feng had displayed earlier had far surpassed that of an ordinary demigod. His true abilities might be similar to the clan's Grand Elder. First, cultivation resources. Second, the map of the blazing fire golden sheep race. Zhao Feng directly stated his needs. Patriarch, this person's background is unknown. It's very likely that he's a spy sent by another race. Please investigate him thoroughly before making a decision. Si Luhan immediately said. Obviously, Zhao Feng's attitude towards him made Si Luhan very unhappy. Furthermore, Zhao Feng had killed his descendant in front of so many people. This made him lose a lot of face in the race. Although he wasn't confident that he could defeat Zhao Feng, he obviously had to think of a way to scare Zhao Feng in front of the Patriarch. This one comes from a very far place and is completely unfamiliar with this place. This is why I'm asking for your race's map. Zhao Feng's expression didn't change as he said calmly. Brat, a map is an extremely important treasure in the ancient desolate realm of gods, and it's also a symbol of status. It's not that easy to obtain. True God Skyfire said with slight interest. The ancient desolate realm of gods was filled with danger, and heaven and earth were constantly changing. A detailed map was extremely important. Furthermore, almost every inch of land in the ancient desolate realm of gods was fought over by different races. Therefore, the more recent a map was, the more valuable it was. If that's the case, then this Zhao can only go take a look at the other races nearby. Zhao Feng had a smile on his face as he prepared to leave. Find out more about him. True God Skyfire messaged Si Luhan. Is this a place where you can leave as you please? Si Luhan's expression turned cold, and a flaming spear appeared in his hand. Golden flow raging howl. Si Luhan waved the flaming spear in his hand, and a golden aura that seemed to be able to melt everything appeared. Boom, boom, boom. A wave of golden flames leapt toward Zhao Feng like a vicious beast. Substandard God weapon. Zhao Feng's expression changed. In the continent zone, substandard God weapons rarely appeared even once every 10,000 years. Only a small number of peak demigods had substandard God weapons. However, the ancient desolate realm of gods was different. Most demigods had substandard God weapons, and some even had more than one. Furthermore, the substandard God weapon in Si Luhan's hand was of extremely high quality. Zhao Feng's figure flashed as he charged toward the flaming Si Luhan. What? Si Luhan's expression changed dramatically. He originally thought that Zhao Feng would at least take out a weapon to fight against him. However, at this moment, Zhao Feng faced his attack with his bare fists. Boom! Golden flames and lightning surged as Si Luhan's figure flew backward and smashed into a nearby wall. However, this hall was already protected by True God Skyfire, so it wasn't damaged at all. How is this possible? Si Luhan looked at Zhao Feng in shock. At this moment, Zhao Feng had a smile on his face as he stared at the spear in his hand. This spear was Si Luhan's substandard God weapon. However, he was defeated in one move just now, and even his substandard God weapon was taken by Zhao Feng. Si Luhan was extremely shocked, and cold sweat appeared on his back. He originally thought that Zhao Feng was only slightly stronger than him, since he was able to defeat the fifth elder in one move. However, Si Luhan was no different from the fifth elder in one move. He was defeated in just one move. The substandard God weapon was put into the misty spatial world by Zhao Feng. Thank you, Elder Si, for your gift. I'll be leaving now. Zhao Feng laughed and continued to leave. Now that Zhao Feng's state of existence had reached the level of a true god, attacks from those below the level of a true god would be unable to harm Zhao Feng. Even the ancient desolate realm of gods wasn't an exception. Wait, little friend, you're strong enough to obtain a map of the blazing fire golden sheep race. True God Skyfire, who was standing in front of the hall, said with a faint smile. He purposely let Si Luhan test Zhao Feng's true strength just now. However, when Zhao Feng and Si Luhan exchanged blows, he only saw one thing: a divine body. Zhao Feng was only at the late stages of the mystic light realm, but his state of existence had reached the level of a true god. He also cultivated a profound body-strengthening technique, and his body was comparable to a divine body. It was because of this that Zhao Feng was able to ignore all of Si Luhan's attacks and take the substandard god weapon. I just remembered that I'm still missing a few divine weapons. Zhao Feng stopped walking and revealed a cunning smile. Si Luhan lowered his head in embarrassment. Zhao Feng had taken his substandard god weapon, and now Zhao Feng was saying that he was missing weapons? Little friend Zhao, you don't need to worry about that. True God Skyfire hesitated for a moment before saying with a faint smile. Okay, then I'll be staying here. Zhao Feng smiled faintly and bowed before leaving. Patriarch, this brat's origins are unknown, and he's extremely greedy. Are we really going to borrow his power? Si Luhan was slightly unhappy. After losing his substandard god weapon, Si Luhan might not even be a match for the third elder of the race. He's stronger than you think. Furthermore, the current situation of the blazing fire golden sheep race isn't very good. Helplessness flashed through True God Skyfire's eyes as he sighed. After leaving the forbidden grounds of the race, Zhao Feng was given a new place to stay. The green jade sheep race was fine, and they joined the blazing fire golden sheep race and enjoyed high treatment. On this day, all the members of the green jade sheep race came to Zhao Feng's hall. The green jade sheep race is unable to repay Senior Zhao's kindness. All the members of the green jade sheep race knelt on the ground. Stand up. I can't stay here forever. If you want to be respected by others, you will have to rely on your own strength. Zhao Feng sighed. The green jade sheep race understands. The members of the green jade sheep race had determined gazes. Zhao Feng hadn't been severely punished by the blazing fire golden sheep race, severely injured an elder, and killed a descendant of an elder, Si Jinhua. Instead of being severely punished by the blazing fire golden sheep race, he was given an important position and received the respect of the entire blazing fire golden sheep race. All of this was obtained through strength. On the other hand, the green jade sheep race hadn't done anything wrong, but they had to apologize and suffer the humiliation of the blazing fire golden sheep race. Right now, the green jade sheep race was just basking in Zhao Feng's glory. Once Zhao Feng left one day, their status would probably drop drastically, and they would once again become the target of humiliation. Zhao Feng entered seclusion after the members of the green jade sheep race left. Zhao Feng split into many thoughts within the misty spatial world. The first thought was to cultivate the 5-elemental wind lightning technique and consolidate his cultivation. Zhao Feng would be able to reach the peak stages of the mystic light realm soon. The second thought was to absorb the symbols of God Tribulation Lightning and use the power of God Tribulation Lightning to refine his sacred lightning body. The symbols of God Tribulation Lightning had always been Zhao Feng's killing move. Ever since he obtained the Lightning God Crystal, Zhao Feng started to absorb and merge the power of God Tribulation Lightning without restraint. On one hand, he could increase his own strength, and on the other hand, he could refine his sacred lightning body more efficiently. The third thought was used by Zhao Feng to increase his comprehension. Bush. 3 fruits floated in front of Zhao Feng. At this moment, many small holes had been dug out on these fruits, and an even more turbulent and surging intent energy pressed down on Zhao Feng like a tide. Zhao Wang and Zhao Wan were cultivating not far away from Zhao Feng. The power of this domain was extremely beneficial to the two of them. Power is everything. Zhao Feng's gaze was firm. Even though he was doing quite well in the blazing fire golden sheep race, he was still quite weak. However, 4-star forces could only be considered lower middle existences in the ancient desolate realm of gods. There was nothing to be happy about. Furthermore, the blazing fire golden sheep race was the most normal and weakest 4-star power. They only had one rank 1 true god who was about to die. It was precisely because of this that they urgently needed other foreign experts that they were so polite to Zhao Feng. If it was a 4.5-star force, Zhao Feng's meager strength wouldn't be enough to catch their eye. The spirit race is at least a 5-star race. Zhao Feng's heart trembled slightly. If he went to the spirit race with his current strength, he would probably be trampled on like the green jade sheep race when they went to the blazing fire golden sheep race. 10 days later, Si Luhan arrived at Zhao Feng's residence. Zhao Feng, this is the map of the blazing fire golden sheep race that you wanted. Si Luhan took out a jade slip that had been imbued with a special secret technique. Chapter 1150. Zhao Feng took the jade slip and circulated the power of God Tribulation Lightning within his sacred lightning body to destroy the seal on it. His consciousness entered the jade slip, and a large amount of detailed information instantly entered Zhao Feng's mind. Red Maple Forest, Sky Feather Island, Blue Ocean Bay. This map was more than a dozen times larger than the Green Jade Sheep Race's map, and the information on it was even more detailed and more recent. Zhao Feng found out that there were almost 24-star forces in Sky Feather Island, and Sky Feather Island was just one of the larger Blue Ocean Bay. The ruler of the entire Blue Ocean Bay was a powerful 4.5-star force. Zhao Feng also found out that there was a large-scale teleportation array in Sky Feather Island that could directly teleport to the edges of Blue Ocean Bay. This meant that if Zhao Feng wanted to leave this place, the teleportation array in Sky Feather Island was the most convenient. However, this teleportation array was in the hands of the Sky Feather Island Lord. Zhao Feng, the divine weapon I've bestowed upon you is in the hands of First Elder. You need to go and take it personally. Si Luhan said coldly. Where is First Elder right now? Zhao Feng asked. When he first came to the blazing fire golden sheep race, apart from True God Skyfire and Si Luhan, Zhao Feng didn't sense any other experts of this level. In the Sea of Fire Forest. That's where the blazing fire golden sheep race and the black-tongued lizard race are fighting. Si Luhan said with a smile. The map of the blazing fire golden sheep race was already extremely precious. If Zhao Feng wanted a substandard god weapon, he obviously had to do something. Therefore, True God Skyfire told Zhao Feng to go and take the substandard god weapon. How could Zhao Feng not help the blazing fire golden sheep race when he got there? That's perfect. I should go and exercise. I haven't met anyone that can exchange blows with me in this period of time. Zhao Feng snickered coldly and sent Si Luhan away. Si Luhan left Zhao Feng's residence with a gloomy expression. Zhao Feng's words were obviously saying that Si Luhan didn't even have the ability to exchange blows with Zhao Feng. Arrogant and conceited. Just wait to suffer when the time comes. Si Luhan revealed a sly smile. The blazing fire golden sheep race had a total of 5 elders, and First Elder, Third Elder, and Fourth Elder were currently fighting. Most of the genius disciples of the blazing fire golden sheep race were there as well. Even so, the blazing fire golden sheep race was on the defensive and didn't dare to fight the black-tongued lizard race head-on. Fire Sea Forest. Zhao Feng quickly searched for this place on the map in his mind. The Sea of Fire Forest was located in the middle of the Red Maple Forest. Due to the large amount of fire-attributed plants that grew there, it looked like an undulating ocean from afar. That was how it got its name. This time, the reason why the 2 4-star clans were fighting over this place was because they had discovered a batch of precious materials under the Fire Sea Forest, the Heavenly Pearl Fire Ginseng. The Sky Jewel Fire Ginseng was a fire elemental primordial treasure that contained powerful heaven and earth yuan qi. It was extremely beneficial to demigods and god-level experts. After confirming his destination, Zhao Feng set off alone. The Sea of Fire Forest was actually the territory of the blazing fire golden sheep race, so it wasn't very far. With Zhao Feng's speed he arrived in just 2 months. Although Zhao Feng was traveling, Zhao Wan and Zhao Wang were cultivating and comprehending within the misty spatial world. Many cultivation experiences and comprehensions appeared in Zhao Feng's mind. I'm here. Zhao Feng stopped in his tracks. He could see a fiery red forest from afar, and a thick red mist floated within it. The environment here is extremely beneficial for cultivators that cultivate the Tao of fire. Zhao Feng felt the thick aura of fire elemental resources and the heaven-earth yuan qi in the air, and the fire of wind-lightning's sacred power within his body started to boil. Zhao Feng found several hundred members of the blazing fire golden sheep race in a certain ruined area. Several hundred miles away was a large number of members of the black-tongued lizard race. Is this person Zhao Feng? At this moment, an elder with an extremely long red beard that almost reached his knees walked out from the group of blazing fire golden sheep race members. Zhao Feng landed. There were many members of the blazing fire golden sheep race around the ruins. Their expressions were extremely ugly, and most of them were heavily injured. When they saw Zhao Feng arrive, the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race thought that the race had sent an expert to reinforce them and revealed joyful expressions. However, when they sensed Zhao Feng's cultivation, their expressions turned into disappointment and disdain. What's wrong with the patriarch? Why did they send a late-stage mystic light realm? What's the use of a late-stage mystic light realm human? The members of the blazing fire golden sheep race sighed. Even First Elder paused for a moment and looked suspiciously at Zhao Feng. When True God Skyfire sent the message, he said that the new expert of the race would come here to take a substandard god weapon and help the black-tongued lizard race. Of course, the race would give another substandard god weapon to First Elder after this was over. However, True God Skyfire didn't tell him that Zhao Feng was only at the late stages of the mystic light realm. First Elder, I'm here on True God Skyfire's orders to take the substandard god weapon. Zhao Feng arrived in front of First Elder and said, "What? This brat is here to take the substandard god weapon? Now that the two races are fighting, what hope do we have if he takes the substandard god weapon?" The members of the blazing fire golden sheep race stared at Zhao Feng with disgust. First Elder, this is indeed a little inappropriate. At this moment, the third elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race walked over. Shut up. The first elder let out a roar, and a terrifying aura instantly spread out. The surroundings instantly became deathly silent. Not a single sound could be heard. First elder was the strongest demigod in the blazing fire golden sheep race apart from the patriarch, True God Skyfire. When the patriarch was in seclusion, First elder was equivalent to the patriarch of the race. This is the patriarch's order, First Elder said with a serious expression, and a long sword covered in golden symbols appeared in his hand. Zhao Feng picked up the substandard god weapon and examined it for a while. Not bad. Zhao Feng was satisfied. This substandard god weapon was the highest quality substandard god weapon he had seen so far. I'll have to trouble Brother Zhao help the blazing fire golden sheep race fight against the enemy. First Elder had an indifferent expression as he looked deeply at Zhao Feng. Although Zhao Feng was only at the late stages of the mystic light realm, First Elder could see that Zhao Feng wasn't simple. Furthermore, he trusted the patriarch's decision. How could True God Skyfire send a useless person to help them? Of course, Zhao Feng immediately agreed. He had come here for two reasons. Firstly, he wanted to hone his strength. Secondly, he wanted to plunder some spoils of war. There's a patch of precious sky jewel fire ginseng not far away from us, and the black-tongued lizard race is on the other side. First Elder gave Zhao Feng a rough explanation of the situation. The sky jewel fire ginseng was extremely useful to the blazing fire golden sheep race, which specialized in fire elemental techniques. This was why the blazing fire golden sheep race placed so much importance on this batch of resources. Right now, we just need to defend this place to the death, First Elder said. Although the blazing fire golden sheep race was weaker, the environment here was extremely beneficial to them, which was why they were able to last until now. Understood. Zhao Feng found a place and entered the misty spatial world. Two substandard god weapons appeared in Zhao Feng's hands. They were a spear made of golden flames and a sword made of golden patterns. Zhao Feng gave the spear made of golden flames to Zhao Wang and the sword made of golden patterns to Zhao Wan. The metal elemental power in this sword is extremely pure. I can use it to cultivate the metal of wind lightning in the future. This was what Zhao Feng planned. If the other members of the blazing fire golden sheep race heard what Zhao Feng said, they would probably vomit blood and die. Zhao Feng was going to use such an important substandard god weapon as a cultivation resource. This was a complete waste of resources. In reality, Zhao Feng didn't lack close-range weapons at all. Zhao Feng's Golden Kuin's sacred lightning body had reached the 7th level, and his body was his best weapon. His index finger, which had merged with the power of the god blood, was a divine weapon that surpassed substandard god weapons. Zhao Feng only lacked a long-range divine weapon. The quality of the sky-locking bow wasn't enough for Zhao Feng. On the other hand, Zhao Feng didn't want to reveal the ancient god's seal too quickly. After all, this divine weapon was a mission item that true god Tian Fa had given to the continent zone. From this, one could see that the ancient god seal was extremely precious even among divine weapons. Zhao Feng sat down cross-legged and began to cultivate. Zhao Feng first started to cultivate the 5-elemental wind lightning technique and the divine forming technique. Next, Zhao Feng started to analyze the 3rd level of the soul-splitting technique. Within the dimension of his god eye, the mysterious golden ball started to duplicate ancient resources. Many threads of intent gathered around the lightning god crystal and slowly absorbed the power of god tribulation lightning into his lightning soul body. After coming to the ancient desolate realm of gods, it was extremely difficult for Zhao Feng to leave Sky Feather Island or Blue Ocean Bay with his current strength, let alone the Gulong Zone. Furthermore, the ancient desolate realm of gods was even crueler and more dangerous. Zhao Feng would only be able to safely survive and see Zhao Yufei and Xen Wuheng, who had reached an unknown level of strength. Therefore, Zhao Feng needed to use all the time he had to increase his own strength. Opposite the blazing fire golden sheep race, in the territory of the black-tongued lizard race, First Elder, that person just now was definitely reinforcements from the blazing fire golden sheep race. A thick-skinned elder with dark green skin said with a cold glint in his eyes. The black-tongued lizard race only needed to attack 2 or 3 more times to completely defeat the blazing fire golden sheep race. The black-tongued lizard race didn't care about this batch of resources at all. What they cared about was the blazing fire golden sheep race. The blazing fire golden sheep race was weakening, and true god Skyfire was about to die. The black-tongued lizard race couldn't let the blazing fire golden sheep race give birth to another true god expert. Bao Li, it's just a late-stage mystic light realm expert. There's no need to worry. The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race had a cold expression. But why would the blazing fire golden sheep race send a late-stage mystic light realm human? Bao Li started to think. First elder, Bao Li is right. There's definitely something fishy going on. At this moment, another demigod expert wearing dark blue armor walked over. Then go and test the blazing fire golden sheep race first. First elder's gaze became grim as he said, "Okay, let's go and scout out the situation first." The dark-armored male and Bao Li then moved 300 members of the black-tongued lizard race toward the blazing fire golden sheep race. At a certain moment, the members of the black-tongued lizard race charged out. Kill everyone from the blazing fire golden sheep race. The dark-armored male revealed a fierce light as he roared. Enemy attack. The black-tongued lizard race is attacking. Get ready and defend. The members of the blazing fire golden sheep race quickly entered a battle-ready state. The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race hasn't moved yet? The first elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race was surprised. They've finally started fighting? Zhao Feng opened his eyes filled with battle intent. Zhao Feng, join my group and listen to my orders. The third elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race said at this moment. The third elder had a close relationship with the second elder, Si Luhan. He had received a message from the second elder earlier, telling him to teach Zhao Feng a harsh lesson. Chapter 1151. Zhao Feng, join my group and listen to my orders. The third elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race had an arrogant expression. The other members of the blazing fire golden sheep race also looked at Zhao Feng with disgust. Who do you think you are? Zhao Feng roared with a cold expression. This roar caused the third elder to freeze, and the other members nearby looked at Zhao Feng in surprise. The third elder had an angry expression as he looked at Zhao Feng, but his heart shook when his gaze met Zhao Feng's eyes. At this moment, the third elder felt as if his entire body was in an ice cavern, and his soul was suppressed by Zhao Feng. He stood there in a daze as if he had submitted to Zhao Feng's pressure. But he quickly came to his senses and glared at Zhao Feng, a look of shame and anger on his face. "You dare to offend me? I am the third elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race." The third elder roared angrily. Zhao Feng dared to insult him in front of all the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race. If it wasn't for the fact that the black-tongued lizard race was already here, the third elder would have attacked Zhao Feng already. The other members of the blazing fire golden sheep race looked at Zhao Feng with even more disgust. He's so weak, but he dares to be so arrogant? He'll taste the pain later. The members of the blazing fire golden sheep race started to talk about Zhao Feng in front of Zhao Feng. "Do the two of you want to die at the hands of the black-tongued lizard race?" First elder spoke at this moment. The black-tongued lizard race was already here, and the third elder and Zhao Feng were in conflict. The blazing fire golden sheep race wasn't a match for the black-tongued lizard race in the first place. Wasn't this just courting death? Ha, a bunch of idiots who don't know what's good for them. They're still fighting amongst themselves at this time? The demigod of the black-tongued lizard race laughed mockingly in the sky. Boom! The dark-armored male waved the black blade in his hand and slashed out a shocking black blade aura. At the same time, the other members of the black-tongued lizard race started to attack. Rumble! Wind, fire, lightning, and lightning descended upon the blazing fire golden sheep race like an apocalypse. Defend! With first elder's order, all the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race immediately circulated their sacred power to resist this terrifying force. Counterattack! The great elder's eyes flashed with a hint of brilliance. At this moment, the first elder of the black-tongued lizard race still hadn't moved yet. The overall strength of the blazing fire golden sheep race was slightly higher than the enemies in front of them. This was the perfect opportunity for the blazing fire golden sheep race to take the initiative. Once the other side's first elder moved out, the blazing fire golden sheep race would switch from offense to defense. The first elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race placed all his attention on the first elder of the black-tongued lizard race. Kill! Kill these bastards! The blazing fire golden sheep race obeyed first elder's orders. The moment first elder gave the order, they immediately took action. Let me test out the reinforcements of the blazing fire golden sheep race. The dark-armored man swept his gaze around, searching for Zhao Feng's figure. After all, the reason they attacked at this moment was to probe Zhao Feng. A bolt of scarlet lightning suddenly flashed in front of the dark-armored man. So fast. The expression of the dark-armored man turned to one of surprise. The speed that Zhao Feng displayed right now definitely wasn't something that a late-stage mystic light realm should have. What surprised the dark-armored man the most was that Zhao Feng was charging toward him. If it was a normal situation, the dark-armored man would think that Zhao Feng was an idiot, but at this moment, uneasiness appeared in his heart. On the other side, the expressions of some of the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race also froze when they looked at Zhao Feng. What kind of mystic light realm expert would fight a demigod? Wasn't that just courting death? This person? First elder's expression became grim as his eyebrows furrowed. He was originally going to fight the dark-armored man, but Zhao Feng beat him to it. Black demon dominating sky slash. A dark mystic light sacred power surged out of the dark-armored man's body. One whoosh. The dark-armored man waved the long saber in his hand and slashed out several sharp saber images that engulfed Zhao Feng's figure. Physical force lightning domain. Zhao Feng circulated his earth of wind lightning sacred power and sacred lightning body. One boom. A dark domain of lightning exploded from Zhao Feng's body. The terrifying power of thunder and physical strength destroyed all the nearby attacks, and at the same time, enveloped the dark-armored man. What? The dark-armored man felt his bloodline and sacred power churn as if they were about to break out of his body. Moreover, the heavy pressure of the lightning in the surroundings also firmly suppressed his power. Zhao Feng flashed next to the dark-armored man and released his bloodline power with his index finger. It merged with the nearby physical force lightning domain and shot out. What a powerful 10,000 ancient races bloodline. The dark-armored man's heart shook. The bloodline power within his body froze and was completely suppressed by the pressure of the 10,000 ancient races bloodline that was radiating from Zhao Feng's index finger. His body started to tremble instinctively. A small hole appeared in the dark-armored man's chest. A powerful surge of physical force then shot out and engulfed the dark-armored man's body. Boom! Ping! The dark-armored man's body was split in half, and the middle half was completely destroyed by Zhao Feng's finger technique. The dark-armored man's head and lower body were scorched black, and he lost all signs of life. A dark and gloomy origin spirit fled to the back. How is this possible? This brat is a true god expert, right? The dark-armored man's expression was filled with shock. With just one move, his holy body was completely destroyed. Only a real god expert's absolute power could do that. What? That human brat? On the other side, Bao Li from the black-tongued lizard race stared at Zhao Feng with wide eyes. He was sure that his eyes weren't playing tricks on him. A demigod had been completely defeated by Zhao Feng in one move. This kind of situation only appeared in the legendary 5-star powers. The peak 5-star powers of the ancient desolate realm of gods raised the strongest geniuses in the fan universe, and only they had the ability to instantly kill those stronger than them. However, a peerless genius of a 5-star power wouldn't appear in the territory of a small force at the edge of the ancient desolate realm of gods. How is this possible? The black-tongued lizard race wasn't the only one shocked. The blazing fire golden sheep race was also stunned. Third Elder stared at Zhao Feng, and his body started to tremble uncontrollably. No wonder the patriarch sent this person. First Elder finally relaxed and revealed a faint smile. From his display just now, Zhao Feng obviously had the strength of a rank 1 true god. Now that the black-tongued lizard race had lost a demigod, the blazing fire golden sheep race would definitely be able to completely defeat the black-tongued lizard race. Interspatial dimension. Zhao Feng's left eye stared at the lizard Yuan soul that was running away. When one's physical body was destroyed, the Yuan soul would usually take an interspatial dimension with it. This was just like how Zhao Feng had put all his resources into the dimension of his left eye before taking over another body. Last time, when true god Tian Fa's Yuan soul escaped, it also took an interspatial dimension with it. Otherwise, his strength wouldn't have recovered so quickly. A purple and gold lightning flame appeared in Zhao Feng's left eye, and it was accompanied by a terrifying eye intent. Wind lightning eye flame. A ball of dark purple tribulation thunder flame exploded on top of the pitch-black origin soul. Arg! The dark-armored male's soul started to weaken as he screamed. Not good. The expression of First Elder from the black-tongued lizard race changed dramatically, and he immediately charged at Zhao Feng. Of course, from the strength that Zhao Feng displayed just now, First Elder knew that he wasn't Zhao Feng's match. However, all he needed to do was stop Zhao Feng and save the dark-armored male from the black-tongued lizard race. After all, demigods were peak experts in 4-star powers, and they could affect the rise and fall of a force. Sky-destroying sacred lightning palm. Zhao Feng circulated the fire of wind lightning sacred power into his palm and thrust out. Boom! A giant scarlet golden palm of light shot forward and sealed off all of the black-tongued lizard race's First Elder's path of retreat. At the same time, Zhao Feng caught up to the Yuan soul of the dark-armored male and unleashed another soul attack. The Yuan soul of the dark-armored male completely disappeared from heaven and earth. Zhao Feng put away the interspatial dimension. The area where the two races were fighting was dead silent. The demigods were unable to fight back at all and were instantly killed. At this instant, the expressions of all the members of the black-tongued lizard race went white, and their hairs stood on end. From their point of view, the blazing fire golden sheep race seemed to have gained another true god expert. This meant that they had no chance of winning. Run! Several members of the black-tongued lizard race instantly retreated. Retreat! Bao Li then quickly gave the order, and several hundred members of the black-tongued lizard race threw away their armor. The spoils of war from a demigod are too little. A pair of scarlet golden wings of lightning appeared behind Zhao Feng's back. Zhao Feng turned into a bolt of scarlet lightning and charged toward the first elder of the black-tongued lizard race. A bunch of idiots. Are you just going to watch? Zhao Feng glanced at all the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race out of the corner of his eye. Kill. Chase after them. At this moment, some of the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race roared and charged out. Chase after them and weaken the strength of the black-tongued lizard race. First elder recovered from his shock and immediately gave the order. The morale of all the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race instantly rose, and they chased after them. Human, don't push your luck. The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race knew that he wasn't Zhao Feng's match, so he immediately ran away. Sky-penetrating finger. An ancient bloodline aura radiated from the index finger of Zhao Feng's right hand. At the same time, a surge of sacred power of wind lightning merged into it. A scarlet golden light shot out with the terrifying power of wind lightning. Bam! The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race spat out a mouthful of blood as his right shoulder was pierced through. At the same time, the scarlet golden light continued forward and killed 2 sacred lords of the black-tongued lizard race. With a thought, Zhao Feng took their interspatial dimensions. Damn it, this brat! The expression of the first elder of the black-tongued lizard race was extremely ugly. Zhao Feng was slightly faster than him, but Zhao Feng wasn't in a rush to chase after him. Instead, he killed the other members of the black-tongued lizard race while attacking him. In just a short while, Zhao Feng had killed almost 20 Mystic Light Realm experts. Where do you think you're going? At this moment, the first elder and third elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race arrived. They obviously knew that killing the peak experts of the black-tongued lizard race was the only way to weaken the black-tongued lizard race. Fuck off! That's my spoils of war! Zhao Feng roared as he looked at first elder and third elder. He had helped them solve this danger, but they came to steal his spoils of war. You! Third elder was extremely angry and wanted to curse, but he had to stop himself. Let's go kill the other members of the black-tongued lizard race. First elder said. In the ancient desolate realm of gods, the strong were respected. Before, everyone here looked down on Zhao Feng, but now, no one dared to go against his will. What? Could it be that he's confident that he can kill me by himself? The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race had a surprised expression, and cold sweat poured down his forehead. Chapter 1152. What? Could it be that he's confident that he can kill me by himself? The second elder exclaimed. Zhao Feng nodded his head slightly. However, there was nothing that could be done about it. The difficulty of defeating and killing were different. The blazing fire golden sheep race would only be able to kill all the members of the black-tongued lizard race if their strength was several levels higher than theirs. The exchange spiritual hall in the ancient desolate realm of gods was like the void ocean spiritual hall in the Nanlin Sea. It was the central spiritual hall in the continent zone, and it was a place of trade. The members of the blazing fire golden sheep race discussed Zhao Feng on the way, their eyes filled with excitement and respect. The first elder of the blazing fire golden sheep race sighed and felt that Zhao Feng was too arrogant. The first elder said in a solemn tone after Zhao Feng left. Unless I increase my cultivation, it will be very difficult for the earth of wind lightning to improve any further. After returning to the blazing fire golden sheep race, Zhao Feng followed the first elder to where true God Sky Fire was. Zhao Feng circulated the 5 elemental wind lightning technique and absorbed the energy and medicinal energy in order to cultivate the earth of wind lightning. Several high-quality substandard god crystals and a large number of cultivation treasures floated in front of Zhao Feng. Directly breaking through to the high-rank heavenly divine realm would not only save a lot of cultivation time, but it would also increase one's potential in the future. The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race thought that he would be able to escape by using a spatial technique, but that was his biggest mistake. The first elder stood up and prepared to lead his group to see what was going on. Zhao Feng's strength had already reached the level of a rank 1 true god, and he had the God Tribulation Lightning Sacred Body and the Lightning Soul Body. The Black Destruction Serpent Dragon resisted the title that Zhao Feng had given it, but there was nothing it could do. Defeating and killing were two completely different concepts. The latter was at least several times more difficult than the former. The second elder suddenly said. At the same time, Zhao Feng split off a lot of his divine sense to cultivate in other areas. All the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race prostrated before Zhao Feng, their hearts filled with admiration. Apparently, geniuses that directly obtained the rank 3 heavenly divine realm had a much higher chance of becoming an ancient god. Zhao Feng smiled. However, almost all of these sky prides were in the demigod realm. It was not that they could not break through to the heavenly god level, but they were purposely suppressing their abilities and accumulating resources in preparation to break through to the high-level deity level. 3 enemy demigods have all fallen. Thunder Wings Spatial Flash. So fast. The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race guessed. Of course, they still had to wait for Zhao Feng to return. Since Zhao Feng had not returned, how could they dare to go back so easily? In truth, Zhao Feng wasn't very confident in becoming a rank 2 true god. Zhao Feng shook his head. The resources of the black-tongued lizard race's great elder are not bad, but the others are not good. After returning to his residence, Zhao Feng went into seclusion. There were 5 exchange spiritual halls scattered across the entire Sky Feather Island. He originally guessed that Zhao Feng would be attacked from both sides by the black-tongued lizard race, but he didn't expect Zhao Feng to kill Bao Li and company. What kind of monster was this? In reality, True God Skyfire already had this thought when Zhao Feng was fighting with the second elder. Third elder revealed a cold smile. The first elder of the black-tongued lizard race burned his mystic light sacred power and used a spatial secret technique. Zhao Feng revealed a faint smile as he looked at True God Skyfire. Zhao Feng instantly appeared in the air above the blazing fire golden sheep race. Within the misty spatial world, True God Skyfire then handed over an interspatial ring. Patriarch, Zhao Feng's strength has probably reached the level of a rank 1 true god. He still didn't dare to believe that all 3 demigods of the black-tongued lizard race had died. However, right at this moment, a terrifying disturbance of wind lightning appeared in the distance. The wings on Zhao Feng's back instantly released a burst of scarlet lightning that pushed his speed to the limit until he disappeared from sight. Zhao Feng had become the strongest person in the blazing fire golden sheep race apart from the patriarch. After leaving the group, Zhao Feng caught up to the first elder of the black-tongued lizard race and called for the help of the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon and Zhao Wan. There was no way he could survive. This meant that all the members of the black-tongued lizard race in the Fire Sea Forest had been killed. However, the black-tongued lizard race is no longer a match for the blazing fire golden sheep race. First elder paused for a moment. He didn't know if the first elder of the black-tongued lizard race was dead or not, so he couldn't make a conclusion. Little Black, this is yours. The group soon arrived at the Fire Sea Forest. Thank you. If the blazing fire golden sheep race faces any trouble in the future, this Zhao will definitely help you. His body turned into a ball of black water that started to fade in the air. Right now, the black-tongued lizard race only had 1 demigod, Bao Li. They were obviously not a match for the blazing fire golden sheep race. Let's go take a look. Every 1,000 years, Sky Feather Island would hold a competition for the right to control the Exchange Spiritual Hall. The winner would be able to control the entire Exchange Spiritual Hall. I didn't think that Senior Zhao would be so strong. It's all because of him that we were able to win this time. Therefore, the blazing fire golden sheep race's pursuit was extremely smooth. True God Skyfire told them what he knew. However, the first elder of the black-tongued lizard race wants to escape, so Zhao Feng can't do anything to him. The entire blazing fire golden sheep race stayed where they were and organized their spoils of war and healed their injuries. Originally, the blazing fire golden sheep race would be demoted to a 3-star power very soon. But now, they might be able to use Zhao Feng to stabilize the blazing fire golden sheep race's status as a 4-star power and even grow stronger. True God Skyfire exclaimed in shock. If the conditions were right, Zhao Feng would naturally try to break through to a higher heavenly divine realm. This was also the reason why Zhao Feng had been suppressing his cultivation all this time in order to accumulate more resources. This is little friend Zhao's reward. In the past, the blazing fire golden sheep race didn't even think about or participate in the competition for the exchange spiritual hall. Rumor has it that if one can become a rank 3 true god, their chances of becoming an ancient god will be even higher. I wonder if anyone has ever become a rank 4 or rank 5 true god. It wouldn't even be very hard for Zhao Feng to conquer this 4-star race. However, there was no need for it right now, and Zhao Feng didn't have the time to care about it. I've never seen such a powerful late-stage mystic light realm before. Could Senior Zhao be the prodigy of a 5-star power that accidentally came here? Zhao Feng picked out most of the items he didn't need and threw them to the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon. Of the 2 demigod experts of the black-tongued lizard race, one was dead and the other had escaped. Little friend Zhao Feng, we can go now. Let's go. After all, everyone knew how difficult it was to kill and defeat. What? At this moment, Zhao Feng's status in their hearts had already surpassed the 5 grand elders of the race. He was now the number 1 person below the patriarch. However, Zhao Feng's expression was as cold as ever, unmoved. The grand elder of the black-tongued lizard race was far stronger than him, and he was very cunning. Zhao Feng might be able to defeat this person, but it would be difficult to completely kill him. In reality, Zhao Feng could have broken through to become a sacred king a long time ago and tried to break through to the heavenly divine realm. This result had already surpassed his expectations. A bunch of idiots. They let so many enemies escape, and they even want me to personally go and harvest them. There were still a lot of black-tongued lizard race members that escaped from their hands. If they met Zhao Feng while he was fighting with the grand elder of the black-tongued lizard race, then Zhao Feng would have to face all the black-tongued lizard race members by himself. Damn it, we let them escape. Let me think about it. The matter of mining resources was naturally left to the other members of the race. Zhao Feng sat on the side and organized the spoils of war. A month later, Zhao Feng opened his eyes. Zhao Feng looked down from above like a supreme god looking down on all living beings. However, even in the best situation, he can only become a rank 2 true god. Could he be a prodigy of the Golden Jade race? It was rumored that the Golden Jade race had the best geniuses in Blue Ocean Bay, and almost all of them had the ability to kill experts above their level. Zhao Feng wasn't just extremely strong in terms of strength, his speed could even surpass a demigod's. True God Skyfire fell into deep thought. The Golden Jade race was ranked 2,532nd among the 10,000 ancient races. It was the ruling race of Blue Ocean Bay and was a 4.5-star power. This is possible. However, Skyfeather Island had almost 24-star races. Patriarch, the Heaven Pearl Fire Ginseng has been successfully mined. All the members of the black-tongued lizard race have been killed, and the 3 demigods. Because of this, the controllers of the 5 exchange spiritual halls were equivalent to the 5 strongest forces of Skyfeather Island. After a moment of shock, True God Skyfire had a smile on his face as he loudly praised. If that's the case, perhaps we can have Zhao Feng help us obtain an exchange spiritual hall. With First Elder's order, the entire group returned the way they came. First Elder walked next to Zhao Feng and said with a faint smile. First Elder's expression changed slightly when he heard Second Elder's words. However, the exchange spiritual halls of the ancient desolate realm of gods were built by all the forces within a certain range, and the controller was chosen from all the forces within a certain range. Zhao Feng let out a breath. Although Zhao Feng was too arrogant, the blazing fire golden sheep race needed Zhao Feng very much at this moment. More than half of the black-tongued lizard race group had been killed, and only Baoli had managed to escape with a small portion of his race. Good. Little friend Zhao, this old man was not wrong about you. Zhao Feng took the interspatial ring and bid farewell to True God Skyfire. A trace of yearning appeared in Zhao Feng's heart. Even if Zhao Feng was stronger than most demigods and was close to a true god, he would not be able to defeat him. Evil flash. Second elder was slightly unwilling. What? At the same time, another question appeared in his mind. Was the black-tongued lizard race's first elder dead? The results of this battle far surpassed true God Skyfire's expectations. A substandard god weapon was obviously not enough as a reward. First elder, do you think that Zhao Feng will be surrounded by the black-tongued lizard race's first elder and Baoli? First elder said a daring thought. The stronger Zhao Feng was, the more help he would be to the blazing fire golden sheep race. If they killed more members of the enemy race in such a good opportunity, their gains would be even greater. Third elder had an expression of shock. The black-tongued lizard race's first elder that was running away had an expression of shock, and cold sweat appeared on his forehead. His state of existence has already reached the level of a true god, and he cultivates an extremely profound body-strengthening technique. He basically has the divine body of a rank 1 true god. That's also good. Zhao Feng will chase after the black-tongued lizard race's first elder, and will kill the other members of the black-tongued lizard race. First elder had a joyful expression. Little friend Zhao Feng, it's good that you're fine. Let's quickly mine the resources and then return to the blazing fire golden sheep race. However, this matter was extremely important, so they needed to think carefully. Of course, the profit that an exchange spiritual hall could produce over 1,000 years was also extremely tempting. It was enough to change the fate of an entire force. First elder had a smile on his face. Chapter 1153. It was very hard for Zhao Feng's 5-elemental wind lightning technique to improve, and his state of existence had reached the standard of a rank 1 true god. Now, Zhao Feng's target was his bloodline. A strong bloodline was very helpful when trying to break through to the heavenly divine realm. For example, the races ranked in the top 200 of the 10,000 ancient races could become rank 2 true gods even if they didn't have any foundation. This was the benefit of having a strong bloodline. Zhao Feng's perfect blood devil sun bloodline might be considered a top-tier bloodline in the continent zone, but it could be ignored in the ancient desolate realm of gods. This was because the density of ancient bloodlines in the ancient desolate realm of gods was very high. For example, although the Golden Jade race, the race that ruled Blue Ocean Bay, was only ranked in the 2000s, even Wen Lun, who had the Heaven Sun Battle race bloodline, wasn't their match. This was the difference between the ancient desolate realm of gods and the outer dimensions. Furthermore, people like Zhao Yufei, who had an ancient bloodline from the outer dimension, would have their bloodline density increase once they entered the ancient desolate realm of gods. However, this was only limited to ancient bloodlines. Zhao Feng's Imperial Dao bloodline didn't change at all after coming here. Zhao Feng arrived in the ancient dream realm. Zhao Feng's beast army in the ancient dream realm was extremely large. Apart from the golden-winged scarlet tigers, sky fire lightning apes, earth-shattering raging bulls, and earth crystal race, Zhao Feng had also obtained several powerful races that were ranked in the 8,000th of the 10,000 ancient races. The strongest was the Yao Fire Fox race, which was ranked in the 8,000th of the 10,000 ancient races. However, the amount of resources that Zhao Feng needed to nurture such a terrifying beast horde was also very shocking. Continue to expand and attack the lightning bat race. Zhao Feng ordered and led several beast horde to attack the next target. Zhao Feng obtained victory once again as the beast horde fought to the death. Moreover, Zhao Feng eliminated a large number of weak demonic beasts and enslaved a small number of lightning bats. The ancient dream realm might be bigger than I thought. I'm probably still at the edge of the ancient dream realm. After seeing how vast the ancient desolate realm of gods was, Zhao Feng couldn't help but guess. Zhao Feng had a feeling that the ancient dream realm and the ancient desolate realm of gods had some sort of connection. I'll expand my territory bit by bit like this. I won't offend any ancient races that are too powerful. One day, I'll venture deep into the ancient dream realm. Zhao Feng was full of ambition. Just the periphery alone had such rich resources. If one were to enter the inner region or even the center, there would naturally be even more benefits. Zhao Feng took some of the ancient bloodline and flesh back into the misty spatial world. Every time they fought for territory, large numbers of races would die, and their bodies were precious resources. Master, give me some more precious resources, and I'll be able to recover to the demigod realm. The black destruction serpent dragon walked next to Zhao Feng with an envious expression. The black destruction serpent dragon had used up all the resources that Zhao Feng had given it last time. After all, those were just the spoils of war that Zhao Feng had obtained from the mystic light realm and demigods. They weren't very precious. Here's yours. Zhao Feng took out a portion of the flesh and bloodline and gave it to the black destruction serpent dragon. Zhao Feng didn't need that much by himself. Zhao Feng then looked at Zhao Wang and Zhao Wan. Zhao Wan was still at the peak stages of the mystic light realm, and Zhao Feng told him not to rush to break through. He needed to accumulate his foundation and break through to the high-tier heavenly divine realm. Zhao Wang was still at the late stages of the mystic light realm, the same as Zhao Feng. Furthermore, after they entered the ancient desolate realm of gods, their bloodlines as descendants of the 8 great god eyes had been improved, and the abilities of their eye bloodlines had become even stronger. Adding on the fact that they used ancient resources to cultivate, their god eye bloodlines weren't any weaker than the bloodlines of the first 200 ancient races. My eye seems to have changed as well. Zhao Feng murmured. The changes to the ancient dream realm and the god's spiritual eye started to happen after entering the ancient desolate realm of gods. However, the changes to the ancient dream realm were extremely fast and intense, and they soon ended. On the other hand, the changes to the god's spiritual eye were extremely slow. They were very hard to detect, and they were still changing. Whatever, I'll strengthen my bloodline first. Zhao Feng took out some of the lightning bat race's bloodline and rubbed it on his body. 1. Zhao Feng immediately activated the blood devil sun bloodline. His body instantly turned scarlet red, and a blood-colored sun flame appeared behind him. 1. Zhao Feng used the power of his bloodline to absorb the bloodlines of other ancient races. Bloodlines aren't the same. As long as I keep absorbing the power of other bloodlines, even if they aren't ancient, I can still become stronger and surpass normal ancient bloodlines. This was what Zhao Feng was thinking. At this point in time, the perfect blood devil sun bloodline in Zhao Feng's body had already surpassed the perfect blood devil sun bloodline of the Tai family in the continent zone. Who knew how many ancient bloodlines were mixed into his bloodline? It could be called a mutated blood devil sun bloodline, but Zhao Feng felt that ancient blood devil sun bloodline was better. Just like that, Zhao Feng used a large amount of ancient bloodlines and merged them into his own ancient blood devil sun bloodline to strengthen it. A month later, Zhao Feng's body became even more scarlet red, and there was a hint of red in the depths of his body. The blood devil sun flames burning on Zhao Feng's body became even fiercer and more dominant, and they radiated a thick ancient aura. My bloodline is indeed becoming stronger, but the effect is very weak. Zhao Feng put away the ancient blood devil sun bloodline. After cultivating in seclusion for a long time, Zhao Feng walked out of the hall. There were close to 20 martial arts fields in the blazing fire golden sheep race, and many members and disciples were sparring with each other. After defeating the black-tongued lizard race and obtaining the sky jewel fire ginseng, the blazing fire golden sheep race's morale had increased, and their race was becoming stronger. Senior Zhao. Uncle Qing's voice sounded not far from Zhao Feng's hall. It's been a long time since I've seen Senior. Yu Lin Er's smile was like a flower on the side. Apart from the last time he went to the battlefield, Zhao Feng had been in seclusion most of the time. Therefore, the members of the Green Jade sheep race almost never saw him. Senior Zhao, we're going to take a look at the exchange spiritual hall and exchange for some resources and items that we need. Lu Yun seemed to be excited and said innocently, "Exchange spiritual hall?" Zhao Feng had noticed this place when he obtained the blazing fire golden sheep race's map, but he didn't look into it. The exchange spiritual hall is a place where all the forces within a certain range work together to exchange for resources. However, there are also many unique trading places inside, and we're planning to exchange some of the items we don't need for cultivation resources. Yu Lin gave a brief introduction to Zhao Feng. She was also very surprised that Zhao Feng, someone from the ancient desolate realm of gods, didn't know about the exchange spiritual hall. If Zhao Feng came from another dimension, he should be at least a demigod or true god. I'll go with you and have a look. Zhao Feng was slightly interested in the place that Yu Lin was talking about. In reality, everything in the ancient desolate realm of gods was new to Zhao Feng, and he wanted to see everything. Senior Zhao, please. Uncle Qing had a joyful expression as he said respectfully. The three of them were originally slightly worried about going to the Exchange Spiritual Hall. Although the Exchange Spiritual Hall was the only place in the ancient desolate realm of gods that was fair, they were still too weak and were afraid. There were a total of 5 Exchange Spiritual Halls in Sky Feather Island. The Exchange Spiritual Hall closest to the blazing fire golden sheep race was controlled by the nearby 4-star blue-eyed ice wolf race. 2 months later, Zhao Feng and the members of the green jade sheep race arrived at the Exchange Spiritual Hall. The Exchange Spiritual Hall before him was enormous and vast. There were all sorts of unique palaces that were connected to each other and towered into the clouds. It was a world of its own. There was a powerful barrier around the Exchange Spiritual Hall that blocked everything. Even true God experts would find it hard to force their way in. The Exchange Spiritual Hall had entrances to the north, south, east, and west. All kinds of experts surged toward the Exchange Spiritual Hall from every direction, but most of them came in groups. Senior Zhao, let's go as well. Uncle Qing led Zhao Feng and company toward the entrance. In front of a tall golden door, there were a total of 10 late-stage Mystic Light Realm experts standing guard, and they radiated a powerful aura that intimidated all the experts entering the Exchange Spiritual Hall. These are your tokens. 10 substandard God crystals can only stay in the Exchange Spiritual Hall for 1 day. The guards handed the tokens with numbers on them to the experts that were about to enter. 10 substandard God crystals can only stay for 1 day. The expressions of Uncle Qing and company paused. It was obvious that this was their first time coming to the Exchange Spiritual Hall. The cost was acceptable for late-stage Mystic Light Realm experts, but it was expensive for initial-stage Mystic Light Realm and early-stage Mystic Light Realm experts. However, they were extremely curious about the Exchange Spiritual Hall, and they even brought Zhao Feng with them this time. They were too embarrassed to return, so they could only spend 10 substandard God crystals. Zhao Feng smiled faintly. 10 substandard God crystals was the equivalent of all the wealth of an initial-stage Mystic Light Realm or early-stage Mystic Light Realm expert in the continent zone. The group in front of Zhao Feng's group quickly entered the gate. 20 substandard God crystals to stay for 1 day. The leading guard said coldly as he looked at Zhao Feng and company from the green jade sheep race. Senior, wasn't it 10 substandard God crystals a day? Yu Lin paused and immediately said, 10 substandard God crystals was expensive even for Yu Lin, let alone 20. Furthermore, there were 4 of them, which meant that it would cost 80 substandard God crystals to stay for 1 day. If I say it's 20 substandard God crystals a day, then it's 20. The bulky guard unleashed a powerful aura that suppressed the bloodlines and souls of the green jade sheep race's members, causing them to tremble in fear. He could obviously tell that these people were from the green jade sheep race, and the green jade sheep race was only a low-tier 3-star power. There was only 1 early-stage Mystic Light Realm, 1 peak-stage Void God Realm, and 1 Great Origin Core Realm out of the green jade sheep race members in front of him. Although he couldn't see through the cultivation of the last human, it wasn't very strong. He could kill all of these weak ants with a single move. Hee, even a Great Origin Core Realm dares to come here? You're courting death. Hurry up and pay the fee. If you can't take out the substandard God crystals, then fuck off. Behind Zhao Feng's group, many impatient experts began to mock them. Zhao Feng had a calm expression as he took a step forward. Senior Zhao. The people from the green jade sheep race were extremely embarrassed. As expected, even if the Exchange Spiritual Hall was fair, those who were too weak wouldn't be able to receive such fair treatment. Chapter 1154. Brat, what do you want to do? The muscular guard looked at Zhao Feng with disdain. Although Zhao Feng gave him a feeling that he couldn't see through him, how strong could he be if he was with the green jade sheep race? 20. Zhao Feng exclaimed as his expression suddenly changed. He stared at the guard and released a powerful eye bloodline aura from his left eye. The guard who was looking at Zhao Feng instantly felt as if 10,000 bolts of lightning had exploded in his soul. The terrifying pressure almost made him faint. The other guards around the door felt that something was wrong and instantly released the aura of a late-stage mystic light realm. However, in the next instant, dark yellow lightning flashed across Zhao Feng's body, and a terrifying physical force descended. One boom. The 8 guards and all the people in line behind Zhao Feng's group were immobilized by this powerful physical pressure. So strong. Could this be a divine body? Apart from the people from the green jade sheep race, everyone nearby tried their best to struggle against Zhao Feng's physical force. It was as if they wouldn't be able to withstand this pressure with just one thought from Zhao Feng and would fall to the ground. Lord, please show mercy. The muscular guard's expression was filled with shock as he immediately begged for mercy. From his point of view, someone with such terrifying strength could only be a true god expert. Once someone became a true god expert, they would definitely have a 4-star power behind them. Even the blue-eyed ice wolf race wouldn't offend a 4-star power, and he was just a normal member of the blue-eyed ice wolf race. 10 substandard god crystals. 10 a day. The guard immediately changed his words. Zhao Feng repeated these 2 words in a questioning tone. No, one is fine. The guard gritted his teeth and said, "Who?" The terrifying physical force in heaven and earth instantly disappeared. "Hurry up and do the paperwork." Zhao Feng casually took out 4 substandard god crystals and said, "Sit." The sturdy guard nodded repeatedly. The people at the back of the queue also held their breaths, not daring to breathe too loudly. Fighting was prohibited in the exchange spiritual hall, but they hadn't entered yet. If they angered this true god senior, he could kill them directly and no one would care. After receiving the 4 tokens, Zhao Feng and the others entered the exchange spiritual hall. The interior of the exchange spiritual hall seemed to be isolated from the rest of the world. The air was filled with dense heaven-earth yuan qi, and it could be considered a sacred cultivation ground. The figures of various experts flitted through the air, and there was no lack of small flying beasts and Heaven's Legacy race flying tools as well. In his field of vision, there were many buildings of different styles. Some were grand and spectacular, some were elegant and simple, and some were mysterious and quiet. However, there were also many areas with small shops. As long as outsiders paid a certain fee, they could also obtain a small stall. How lively! Lu Yun smiled innocently. This is the message token of the blazing fire golden sheep race. Come find me directly after you're done. Zhao Feng handed a golden red token to Yu Lin. True God Skyfire had given these items to Zhao Feng so that it would be easier to communicate with him. Many thanks to Senior Zhao this time. Yu Lin took the token and disappeared into the crowd with Uncle Qing and Lu Yun. Everyone's needs were different, and Zhao Feng had his own things to do, so he could only temporarily separate from the green jade sheep race. Right at this moment, a commotion came from the entrance that Zhao Feng had just entered. Isn't that Shi Feng? The disciple of the Sky Feather Island Lord. It really is Shi Feng. I didn't think that he would come here. Nearby, many experts cast their gazes towards the entrance. A handsome human with white skin and a noble and proud expression slowly stepped into the exchange spiritual hall as the guards around him kowtowed. Shi Feng, the disciple of the Sky Feather Island Lord. Although he's only a demigod, he has the strength of a rank 1 true god. I heard that he's purposefully suppressing his cultivation so that he can break through to a higher heavenly divine realm. Geniuses are indeed different. For example, when we reach the peak stages of the mystic light realm, we can't take another step forward and can only break through to the heavenly divine realm. Shi Feng's appearance attracted the attention and discussion of all the nearby experts. The Sky Feather Island Lord was the ruler of Sky Feather Island, and his disciple, Shi Feng, was obviously the focus of everyone's attention. Zhao Feng's gaze also landed on Shi Feng. Possessing the strength of a rank 1 true god at the demigod realm was indeed not bad. This is just Sky Feather Island. I wonder how strong the prodigies of Blue Ocean Bay that rule Sky Feather Island are. What about the wider world outside? Zhao Feng had a great desire for the vast, ancient, desolate realm of gods. One had to know that there were several dozen places like Sky Feather Island within Blue Ocean Bay's territory. Based on what the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon said, Blue Ocean Bay was just a small corner of the Gulong Zone. One day, I will fight with the geniuses of the wider world outside of Sky Feather Island. Zhao Feng's heart was filled with fighting spirit as he said softly. Of course, what Zhao Feng wanted to see the most were the geniuses of the descendants of the 8 great god eyes, or even the legendary 8 great god eyes. However, even after being in the ancient desolate realm of gods for so long, Zhao Feng still hadn't heard any news about the 8 great god eyes. Geniuses who were descendants of the 8 great god eyes wouldn't appear at the edges of the ancient desolate realm of gods. He ignorant. Shi Feng happened to hear what Zhao Feng just said, and he shook his head with a mocking smile. He could easily crush a measly late-stage mystic light realm cultivator with one finger, but this person dared to say that he wanted to fight with the geniuses of the wider world? Shi Feng couldn't help but have a respectful expression when he mentioned the true geniuses of the ancient desolate realm of gods. He heard from his master, the Sky Feather Island Lord, that the prodigies of peak 4-star powers and even 5-star powers in the Gulong Zone had the battle power of a rank 3 true god at the demigod realm. They were destined to become rank 3 true gods or even higher when they successfully broke through to the heavenly divine realm. Zhao Feng didn't care about what Shi Feng said and turned to walk into the exchange spiritual hall. Dingsheng Auction Hall? Zhao Feng's footsteps paused for a moment when he saw a large auction hall. Originally, he wanted to exchange some of the useless things in his hands for some items and resources that he needed. However, Zhao Feng suddenly remembered that he had obtained 3 substandard god weapons from killing the 3 elders of the black-tongued lizard race. Zhao Feng didn't have any use for these substandard god weapons, so he might be able to sell them for a good price in an auction. After all, most of the people in the exchange spiritual hall were between the early stages and peak stages of the mystic light realm. Demigods could be seen occasionally, but true gods were extremely rare. Substandard god weapons should be able to sell for a good price. Furthermore, with Zhao Feng's current level, the items and resources he needed were all extremely valuable. It would be very hard to find them in normal exchange halls or shops, so an auction hall might be a good choice. Zhao Feng walked into the auction hall. "Sir, are you here to bid or auction items?" At the entrance of the main hall, a maid with a face as delicate as jade asked. "Auction items?" Zhao Feng said calmly. The maid then led Zhao Feng into a secret hall. "Sir, please let me appraise the items you wish to auction." An elder with dark blue eyes and a cold aura said with a faint smile. The auction hall had to ensure the authenticity of the items and appraise the true value of the items. That was the only way to profit from the auction. Zhao Feng waved his hand and took out 3 substandard god weapons of different shapes. 3 substandard god weapons. The elder's eyes lit up. Someone who could take out 3 substandard god weapons at once was definitely not simple. After all, substandard god weapons were extremely precious even to 4-star powers. The elder then suggested to auction the 3 substandard god weapons separately. That way, they would be able to obtain a higher value. "Let's auction these things as well." Zhao Feng thought for a moment and decided to auction off all the useless herbs in his interspatial dimension. Many of these herbs were things that Zhao Feng had accidentally duplicated too many in the past. Some were spoils of war from the black-tongued lizard race, and some were useless rewards from true god Skyfire. These herbs were too low-level for Zhao Feng. Even the Black Destruction Serpent Dragon wouldn't be interested in them. So many. The elder's expression turned to surprise, and then joy appeared on his face. These herbs were all important for late-stage mystic light realms. They weren't very valuable, but the amount was shocking. "Sir, don't worry. Since you are auctioning off so many valuable items at once, you can enter this auction directly. The Dingsheng Auction Hall will definitely give you a satisfactory price." The blue-eyed elder had a warm smile. After sending off Zhao Feng with his eyes, the blue-eyed elder took out a communication token. Keep an eye on this person. He's only a late-stage mystic light realm, but the resources he has are at least equivalent to a true god. The blue-eyed elder revealed a cunning smile. The auction hall was filled with people. Zhao Feng had paid a high price, so he was in a private room. The auction soon started, but the items that were being auctioned were too low-level. Zhao Feng didn't pay any attention to them and started to cultivate in his private room. The auction continued. Even if two parties started to hate each other because of the auction, they wouldn't fight in the exchange spiritual hall. The auction soon started to auction off some of Zhao Feng's ancient resources. The auction house split the large amount of resources that Zhao Feng had into several categories so that they could increase the price. 500 substandard god crystals. An arrogant and cold voice sounded from the private room next to Zhao Feng. 600 substandard god crystals. A demigod expert with rough skin and fiery red skin in the front row immediately placed a bid. Isn't that demigod Qin Yuhai of the Scarlet Sun race? Some people recognized Qin Yuhai's identity. The Scarlet Sun race was one of the stronger 4-star races of Sky Feather Island. You don't know what's good for you. I bid 700 substandard god crystals. A slightly angry voice sounded from the private room next to Zhao Feng. It's Shi Feng, the disciple of the Sky Feather Island Lord. This time, some of the people present recognized Shi Feng's voice. Chen Yuhai instantly revealed a fearful expression. Young Sir Shi Feng, I didn't know that you needed these resources as well. I'll personally hand these 100 substandard god crystals to you later, Chen Yuhai said with an apologetic tone. After Shi Feng's identity was revealed, no one else bid. Some of Zhao Feng's resources were then bought by Shi Feng for 600 substandard god crystals. However, what Zhao Feng didn't expect was that some of Zhao Feng's items were also bought by Shi Feng at an extremely low price. The other items were bought by many experts with prices that far exceeded Zhao Feng's expectations. The next item is the Golden Source Oregon. This ore contains extremely pure metal elemental energy and is a necessary ore for crafting substandard god artifacts. Furthermore, the quality of this golden source ore is extremely high. Zhao Feng, who was in seclusion, opened his eyes. At this point in the auction, an item that Zhao Feng needed finally appeared. The golden source ore starts at 500 substandard god crystals. The auction begins. The host of the auction said with a smile. 1,000 substandard god crystals. As soon as the host of the auction finished speaking, Zhao Feng, who was in the private room next to Shi Feng, spoke indifferently. How generous, directly increasing the price by 500 substandard god crystals. This golden source ore is so big, it's definitely worth this price. Some people in the auction discussed. 100 and 100 substandard god crystals. A master refiner thought for a moment before speaking. 2,000 substandard god crystals. A calm voice sounded again from the private room next to Shi Feng. This time, the entire auction was completely silent. The reason was naturally because Zhao Feng's increase in price was too crazy. The first time, he directly increased the price to 1,000 substandard god crystals, and the second time, he increased it to 2,000 substandard god crystals. Some people even thought that if there were still people competing, the person in the private room would directly increase the price to 3,000 substandard god crystals. Chapter 1155. Who is this person? He actually spent so many substandard god crystals to bid for the golden source mine. 2,000 substandard god crystals. Normal demigods wouldn't be able to take out so many substandard god crystals. Everyone guessed that the person in the private room was an elder from a powerful 4-star force in Sky Feather Island. Even Shi Feng was curious as to who the person in the private room next to him was. 2,000 substandard god crystals far exceeded the value of the golden source mine, so no one fought for it. The golden source mine was successfully obtained by Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng bid for this golden source mine for his future cultivation of the metal of wind lightning. I have a substandard god crystal mine in the ancient dream realm. 2,000 substandard god crystals is a piece of cake. Zhao Feng couldn't help but smile. A substandard god crystal mine was equivalent to half of a low-level 4-star force's wealth. From this, one could see how wealthy Zhao Feng was. Furthermore, the powerful earth crystal race could also produce substandard god crystals for Zhao Feng. A few more precious items were obtained by Zhao Feng at an extremely high price. At this moment, Zhao Feng's attention wasn't any weaker than the Sky Feather Island Lord's disciple, Shi Feng. One had to know that Zhao Feng had used more than 10,000 substandard god crystals. Only a true god expert could take out so many substandard god crystals. You are really bold. After the auction ends, Shi Feng would like to make friends with you. At this moment, Shi Feng's voice came from the private room next to Zhao Feng. The auction instantly quietened down. Now that Shi Feng wanted to make friends with this mysterious expert, the other party would definitely tell him his name. They really wanted to know who exactly this wealthy expert was. However, after waiting for a long time, no sound came from the private room next to Shi Feng. Although Zhao Feng didn't have a good impression of Shi Feng, he didn't mind making friends with the other party. After all, Shi Feng was the Sky Feather Island Lord's disciple. If Zhao Feng wanted to leave Sky Feather Island, he would need to use the teleportation array controlled by the Sky Feather Island Lord. However, Zhao Feng was too ostentatious just now. If his identity was exposed, he would be targeted by almost all the experts here. Zhao Feng naturally wouldn't provoke trouble that he could avoid. Therefore, Zhao Feng chose to remain silent. This person, Shi Feng, was slightly angered. The other party didn't say anything. Naturally, he didn't want to make friends with him. He was the disciple of the Sky Feather Island Lord, so even if the other party was a true god powerhouse, they still had to give him some face. But now, the other party wasn't in a hurry to give him a reply, completely ignoring him. This was completely humiliating him in front of everyone present. The next item to be auctioned is a substandard god artifact. At this moment, the host of the auction broke the silence. The auction continued, and the appearance of the demigod artifact practically raised the climax of the auction. However, none of these items attracted Zhao Feng's attention. At the end of the auction was a treasure that could increase the probability of breaking through to the heavenly realm. However, Zhao Feng already had full confidence in breaking through to the heavenly realm. The main problem was which rank of true god he wanted to break through to. Therefore, Zhao Feng didn't participate in the auction of such a treasure. After the auction ended, Zhao Feng went to the interior of Dingsheng auction house and took away some substandard god crystals and the items he had obtained from the auction. Although the items that Zhao Feng auctioned off were extremely high, the items that Zhao Feng auctioned off earned more primordial crystal stones. After leaving Dingsheng auction house, Zhao Feng continued to wander around the exchange spiritual hall. Zhao Feng walked into a few places that traded weapons, but he didn't find a weapon that was suitable for him. This was because the bow was an unpopular weapon. Even if it was auctioned off in an auction, its price would be much lower than other weapons. Suddenly, Zhao Feng smelled a fragrant aroma of meat and wine. Apart from that, there was also the sound of lively conversation. Celestial Pearl Tower. Zhao Feng's gaze turned toward this ancient-looking building. The size of the tower wasn't any smaller than the Dingsheng auction house. From this, one could tell that the restaurant was extremely famous. When a martial artist cultivated, they absorbed the yuan qi of heaven and earth and didn't need to eat. For such a restaurant to be so crowded, there must be something special about it. Let's go in and take a look. Zhao Feng was slightly interested. After entering, Zhao Feng found an empty seat and sat down. "What would you like, sir?" A rather short and cute waiter with a cat on his head asked passionately. He waved his hand in the air and a light screen appeared. There were many dishes and prices on it. It was Zhao Feng's first time here, so he didn't know much about the things on the screen. Hence, he ordered a few dishes. "Alright, mister, please wait a moment." The waiter was delighted. The customer had ordered the delicacies of the Celestial Pearl Tower, which were expensive. Ordinary people couldn't afford them. The food here seems to be made from heaven and earth resources and the flesh of rare beasts. Zhao Feng's eyes inspected the wine and meat on the tables of the other guests. Interesting. Zhao Feng gave a faint smile. The path of cultivation was filled with dangers and difficulties. Occasionally enjoying it and relaxing one's mental state could be beneficial. Furthermore, the food here was extremely nourishing. While they were enjoying the delicacies, they could also advance their cultivation. So, why not? Zhao Feng's food soon arrived. Without saying anything else, Zhao Feng started to taste the food here. Meow meow. With a flash of silver, the little thieving cat appeared on the table. It really is a gluttonous cat. Zhao Feng was slightly speechless. Ever since entering the ancient desolate realm of gods, the little thieving cat had been in seclusion and rarely interacted with Zhao Feng. However, at this moment, the little thieving cat jumped out and looked extremely hungry. After carefully inspecting the little thieving cat, Zhao Feng revealed a surprised expression. At this moment, the little thieving cat had already broken through to the demigod realm, and its foundation was extremely stable. This thieving cat has surpassed me in an instant. Zhao Feng murmured. Meow meow. The little thieving cat gestured at Zhao Feng and extended its paws. You need a large amount of resources to break through to the heavenly divine realm? Zhao Feng was surprised. It had just reached the demigod realm, and it was already preparing to break through to the heavenly divine realm? What kind of monster was this cat? However, Zhao Feng didn't have enough resources to satisfy the little thieving cat. Furthermore, the resources that the little thieving cat needed were extremely precious. At the moment, Zhao Feng couldn't provide them at all. Meow meow. The little thieving cat sighed and revealed a mocking expression. Zhao Feng was speechless. The little thieving cat meant that without resources, it could only wait until Zhao Feng's cultivation caught up. Hurry up and eat. Stuff your mouth. Zhao Feng said disdainfully and unhappily. Have you heard that the wild ancient secret dimension that only opens once every 10,000 years seems to be showing signs and might open early? How is that possible? It's only been 1,000 years since the last time the wild ancient secret dimension opened. Apart from tasting delicacies, the St. Pearl Tower was also a place for the experts of the various forces to talk. The wild ancient secret dimension was a famous secret dimension in the ancient desolate realm of gods. It opened once every 10,000 years, and it had never changed since the ancient desolate realm of gods was created. The origin of the wild ancient mystic dimension was even more confusing. Legends said that at the beginning of chaos, there was only one wild continent. It was vast and endless. One day, an unprecedented battle between gods and demons occurred on the wasteland continent, causing the boundless wasteland continent to shatter. The world of primal chaos was further developed, forming the current fan universe. The shattered wasteland continent turned into trillions of dust and fragments that scattered throughout the fan universe. The ancient desolate realm of gods was the largest piece of land left behind when the wild continent shattered. Legends said that the wild ancient secret dimension was a piece of land that was left behind after the wild continent shattered. However, this piece of land hadn't been excavated yet, so the living beings there still maintained the appearance of the ancient era. The resources there were extremely rich, and there might even be the inheritances of powerful gods and demons from the ancient era. AI, there's no point in saying so much. The wild ancient secret dimension has nothing to do with us. Those that can enter are at least 4.5-star forces. Sighs filled the St. Pearl Tower. Everyone present had only heard of the wild ancient secret dimension, but they had never seen it before. A 4.5-star force needed an ancient god. An ancient god was a rank 7 true god, and the entire Sky Feather Island didn't have a single ancient god. Only 4.5-star forces can enter the wild ancient secret dimension? Zhao Feng was stunned. He didn't think that he would hear this kind of news here. Only 4.5-star forces can enter. This means that the secret dimension is controlled by the 5-star forces of the ancient desolate realm of gods. Zhao Feng's heart shook. A 4.5-star force needed an ancient god, but what about a 5-star force? What kind of heaven-defying expert would there be? Thinking up to there, Zhao Feng felt that he was as insignificant as an ant in the ancient desolate realm of gods. The number 1 secret dimension in the ancient desolate realm of gods is not fated with me. Zhao Feng shook his head with slight regret. Only the ruler of Blue Ocean Bay, the Golden Jade race, could be considered a 4.5-star force. With Zhao Feng's current strength, he couldn't even come into contact with the Golden Jade race, let alone obtain such a precious spot. Therefore, Zhao Feng gave up on this thought and focused on cultivating. In the future, he would return to the ancient desolate realm of gods to see the bigger land. There's no need to be so sad. At this moment, a male in white and a middle-aged man with scarlet-red skin walked into the St. Pearl Tower. Young Sir Shifeng is also here. I'll pay for all of young Sir Shifeng's expenses today. The experts of the Deity Pearl Tower immediately went up to him and fawned on him. The scarlet-red skin male next to Shifeng was Qin Yuhai from the auction. This time, my master, the Sky Feather Island Lord, will send me to the Golden Jade race. Maybe I'll be lucky enough to enter the wild ancient secret dimension. A smug smile appeared on Shifeng's handsome face. This was indeed the case. The Sky Feather Island Lord was prepared to send Shifeng to the Golden Jade race, but Shifeng wasn't confident that he would be able to obtain that precious spot. Right now, he only hoped that the wild ancient secret dimension would open a bit later. This way, he would have more time to prepare and compete with the prodigies of the Golden Jade race for a spot. Young Sir Shifeng is very lucky. I didn't think that young Sir Shifeng would be able to represent Sky Feather Island and enter the #1 secret dimension in the ancient desolate realm of gods. Hearing this, everyone chatted with young Sir Shifeng even more enthusiastically. Shifeng and Qin Yuhai's gazes swept across the entire St. Pearl Tower and found that all the tables were occupied. Shifeng suddenly walked in Zhao Feng's direction. "Brother, do you mind if my friend and I sit here?" Shifeng's warm expression contained a hint of coldness. In reality, his meaning was extremely obvious. He wanted Zhao Feng to leave. Of course, he chose Zhao Feng's seat because Zhao Feng was the only one at this table, and the other tables all had 3 or more. Furthermore, Shifeng had heard Zhao Feng say big words before entering the exchange spiritual hall, so he had some impression of Zhao Feng. Young Sir Shifeng, why waste words with him? Qin Yuhai's expression darkened as he glared angrily at Zhao Feng. A measly late-stage mystic light realm cultivator was nothing in his eyes. Right at this moment, Zhao Feng stood up. "There's no need. I've already eaten. This seat will be given to young Sir Shifeng." Zhao Feng picked up the little thieving cat and left. At least you know what's good for you." Qin Yuhai harumphed angrily before saying with a smile, "Young Sir Shifeng, please sit. This meal will be on me as an apology." However, Shifeng was dazed, and a thoughtful expression appeared on his handsome face. "This person's voice is somewhat familiar. I seem to have heard it somewhere before." Shifeng suddenly remembered the cold voice that kept calling out high prices in the private room next to him in the auction house. Chapter 1156. After leaving the St. Pearl Tower, Zhao Feng left through the northern gate of the exchange spiritual hall. Zhao Feng turned into a bolt of lightning and disappeared into the distance. "I didn't come for nothing this time. I learned such important news and tasted the food of the St. Pearl Tower." A smile appeared on Zhao Feng's face. "Meow meow." The little thieving cat agreed and said that the food of the St. Pearl Tower was very good. It told Zhao Feng to go there more often. "Okay, we'll go again next time if we have the chance." Zhao Feng agreed to the little thieving cat's request. You probably won't have the chance in the future." The next instant, a cold voice sounded from the forest several thousand miles behind Zhao Feng. A golden arrow of light shot toward Zhao Feng like a bolt of lightning, carrying with it an icy aura. The golden light exploded, and a layer of dazzling golden storm spread out in all directions. As expected of Senior Lu Wei. His arrow never misses. "Senior Lu Wei, this arrow should be enough to kill him. We don't even need to do anything." The upper echelon of the race overestimated this brat. In the depths of the forest, 2 peak mystic light realm experts next to the cold-faced Lu Wei laughed. All 3 of them had the same physical characteristics. They all had a pair of blue eyes and faint white fur that radiated a cold aura. One boom. Right at this moment, the golden storm in the distance suddenly exploded. A tall youth stood within it. His skin was covered in a layer of dark yellow lines that flashed with white gold lightning. Looks like this person cultivates a body-strengthening technique. As expected, he's not simple. Attack together and kill him. The two peak stage Mystic Light Realm Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf race members appeared and jumped out of the forest. Only Lu Wei was slightly slow, and he looked at Zhao Feng in confusion. However, his race had already charged out, and Lu Wei's gaze became grim as he raised the golden bow in his hand. Wang, a golden arrow condensed and shot out with a whoosh. I didn't come here for nothing. I've already left the exchange spiritual hall, but the Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf tribe still wants to give me a gift. Then I won't be polite. Zhao Feng laughed as he circulated his sacred lightning body and went forward to meet them. Shameless boasting. A member of the Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf race couldn't help but mock Zhao Feng's arrogance. However, in the next moment, a dark yellow bolt of lightning suddenly appeared in front of him. An incomparably terrifying gravity lightning bolt suddenly struck down. Boom! Under the pressure of Zhao Feng's physical strength, the Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf race member's body was charred black and fell to the ground. Sky-shattering sacred lightning palm. Zhao Feng circulated the fire of wind lightning and mixed it with a wisp of god power. Then he attacked. Boom boom boom. That palm was like a five-fingered mountain that smashed into the Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf race member's body, completely shattering his body and soul. On the other side, the White-Eyed Ice Wolf race member was dazed as his legs started to tremble. How was it possible to instantly kill a peak Mystic Light Realm expert? How could a late-stage Mystic Light Realm do that? The only possibility he could think of was that this youth in front of him was a true god expert, but he was hiding his true cultivation. This person's strength. In the distance, Lu Wei's expression suddenly changed as fear appeared on his face. He felt a sense of pressure and danger when Zhao Feng displayed his true strength. This was the first thought that appeared in Lu Wei's mind. Lu Wei turned into a streak of cold light and sped into the distance. As long as I return to the exchange spiritual hall, this person won't dare to attack me. A trace of calmness gradually appeared on Lu Wei's panicked face. A pair of scarlet wings of lightning spread behind Zhao Feng's back. Zhao Feng used the lightning wings flying technique and charged toward Lu Wei. He's going after Lu Wei? The Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf race member instantly let out a breath when he saw Zhao Feng chase after Lu Wei. However, in the next instant, a silver-gray line flashed in front of him. A ripple of darkness flashed by, and the Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf race member's body was sliced in half along with his soul. How is this possible? This spiritual pet. The Blue-Eyed Ice Wolf race member had a stunned expression. He didn't expect that he would be killed by a spiritual pet. Maybe his master didn't want to do anything to him. Plop. The body that was sliced in half fell to the ground. Meow meow. Zhao Feng put away the short black blade and the interspatial dimension at the same time. Lightning wings spatial flash. Zhao Feng used a spatial technique and instantly caught up to Lu Wei. Senior, please spare me. I was forced to do this under the orders of my family. Lu Wei immediately begged for mercy when he felt the pressure from behind him. Although he was a demigod, he specialized in concealment, assassination, and sneak attacks. Once an enemy got close, his battle power would drop dramatically. On the other hand, Zhao Feng primarily cultivated the Tao of lightning and a profound body-strengthening technique. He was the perfect combination for close-quarters combat. At this moment, Zhao Feng's speed was faster than his, so Lu Wei didn't have any chance of winning at all. I only know that you wanted to kill me just now. I won't show mercy to someone who wants to kill me. Zhao Feng smiled in disdain. When killing others, one had to be prepared to be killed. Wind Lightning Eye Flame. A ball of purple and gold lightning flames appeared in Zhao Feng's left eye, and it was accompanied by a powerful undulation of eye bloodline power. Boom! Lu Wei screamed as he was fatally attacked by Zhao Feng's soul eye bloodline technique, and he was unable to continue running. Sky-destroying sacred lightning palm. Zhao Feng circulated the fire of wind lightning and used a surge of divine power to unleash a sacred lightning palm at Lu Wei. Boom! Lu Wei's figure was pushed back several miles before turning into dust under the terrifying power of God Tribulation Lightning. The sacred lightning body has merged with the power of God Tribulation Lightning, so the power of the sky-destroying sacred lightning palm has become even stronger. Zhao Feng revealed a joyful expression when he felt the power of the palm just now. Zhao Feng's current strength was comparable to a rank 1 true god, both in terms of offense and defense. Zhao Feng didn't leave after killing Lu Wei. Instead, he stood there. Everything within 10,000 miles became silent, as if everything had frozen. Illusionary soul charge. Zhao Feng's eyes suddenly locked onto a certain place almost 10,000 miles away. One boom. A purplish gold illusory mist pierced through the forest. A blood-red flame shot into the sky and quickly flew toward the exchange spiritual hall. This person was completely scarlet red, and he was covered in flames. It was Qin Yuhai of the Scarlet Sun race. "Senior, please spare me. I just happened to pass by here. I don't have any other intentions," Chen Yuhai said as he flew away. In reality, it was Shi Feng who told him to follow Zhao Feng and take care of him. However, when he was following Zhao Feng, he realized that the members of the blue-eyed ice wolf race were also preparing to assassinate Zhao Feng, so he hid in the shadows with the mentality of watching a good show. As long as Zhao Feng died, his mission would be considered complete. He didn't expect that Zhao Feng would kill all the members of the blue-eyed ice wolf race in the blink of an eye. Although Qin Yuhai was slightly stronger than Lu Wei, he wasn't a match for Zhao Feng. What a coincidence! You've been following me this entire time. Zhao Feng's mocking voice came from behind. Chen Yuhai instantly smiled bitterly. It turned out that Zhao Feng had already discovered him and the members of the blue-eyed ice wolf race. Even if it's a coincidence, I still need to silence you. Zhao Feng's expression turned cold. He had discovered all the people following him early on, so he directly left the exchange spiritual hall after coming down from the St. Pearl Tower in order to get rid of all these troubles. Furthermore, Zhao Feng was also very glad that Shi Feng hadn't followed him. With Zhao Feng's strength and his various trump cards, he could kill Shi Feng, but Zhao Feng really couldn't afford to offend the Sky Feather Island Lord behind Shi Feng. Wind Lightning Eye Flame. Zhao Feng directly used a Soul Eye Bloodline technique after closing the distance between him and Qin Yuhai. Boom! A ball of purple-gold lightning fire exploded in Qin Yuhai's head. However, Qin Yuhai's soul intent was slightly stronger, so he could still resist for a while. Most importantly, Qin Yuhai had found a place to live, the Exchange Spiritual Hall not far away. Once he entered the Exchange Spiritual Hall, no one in Sky Feather Island would dare to kill him unless it was the Sky Feather Island Lord. Outside the Exchange Spiritual Hall, many experts of different races were lining up to enter. Rumble! The sound of battle sounded in the distance, and a terrifying pressure of fire and lightning descended. Isn't that Senior Qin Yuhai from the Scarlet Sun race? A late-stage Mystic Light Realm non-human expert exclaimed. Senior Qin Yuhai seems to be being chased. Which race's expert is chasing after Senior Qin Yuhai? It wasn't just the people lining up, even the guards of the blue-eyed ice wolf race looked into the distance with surprise. The Scarlet Sun race was also a 4-star power. Although it wasn't as strong as the blue-eyed ice wolf race, it was ranked in the top 10 of the 4-star powers of Sky Feather Island. Sky Penetrating Finger. Zhao Feng released the power of the 10,000 ancient races bloodline in his index finger and merged it with the power of wind lightning. A scarlet golden bolt of lightning flashed through the air and pierced through Qin Yuhai's head. The scarlet golden bolt of lightning continued forward and instantly killed a weakling from another race that was lining up to enter the Exchange Spiritual Hall. Zhao Feng instantly appeared in the air above Qin Yuhai and released a powerful soul attack of God Tribulation Lightning. Qin Yuhai's weak soul that was just about to escape was instantly shattered. With a thought, Zhao Feng put away his interspatial dimension. SII. Everyone became dead silent. All the experts at the entrance of the Exchange Spiritual Hall were dazed. The second elder of the Scarlet Sun race, Qin Yuhai, was killed so easily. Who was that golden-haired youth? Zhao Feng didn't bother with this group of people. He took out a message token and said, I'm outside the exchange spiritual hall. Just come out. A streak of gray and silver flashed by, and the little thieving cat appeared on Zhao Feng's shoulder. Those from the green jade sheep race then came out from the entrance. What's going on? Uncle Qing felt that the atmosphere wasn't right when he came out, but he didn't think too much about it. Let's go. Zhao Feng circulated his intent and covered the bodies of those from the green jade sheep race. A surge of divine power entered the misty spatial world. Everyone's figures started to disappear in a flash of silver. Who is that person? How could he kill Qin Yuhai so easily? Could that be a spatial treasure? The work at the entrance slowly returned to normal after Zhao Feng and company left. Within the blazing fire golden sheep race, next to Zhao Feng's hall, Wang Shua, a layer of silver appeared in the air, and the figures of Zhao Feng and those from the green jade sheep race slowly appeared. That's a spatial treasure? Uncle Qing was stunned. Such a treasure was even more valuable than substandard god weapons or divine weapons of the same quality. Senior Zhao will be leaving now. Those from the green jade sheep race didn't dare to disturb Zhao Feng any longer. What a big expenditure. Zhao Feng lightly said a few words. Zhao Feng still used a lot of divine power to teleport. The cultivation of the three from the green jade sheep race was low, so it was negligible. More importantly, the structure of space in the ancient desolate realm of gods was different from the continent zone, so the expenditure was higher. If they were in the continent zone, Zhao Feng could use his divine power to activate the misty spatial world and teleport them several times further. With a thought, Zhao Feng took out a message token. Little friend Zhao Feng, come here. I have something to discuss with you. True God Skyfire's voice sounded. Chapter 1157. Zhao Feng went to where True God Skyfire was in seclusion, and First Elder was there as well. Patriarch, why are you looking for me? Zhao Feng asked. He had just returned to the blazing fire golden sheep race when True God Skyfire sent him a message. From this, one could see that True God Skyfire had been paying attention to Zhao Feng and was waiting for him to return. Therefore, True God Skyfire definitely had something important to discuss with Zhao Feng. Little friend Zhao, what do you think about the exchange spiritual hall? First Elder revealed a faint smile and was the first to speak. Exchange spiritual hall? Zhao Feng paused for a moment. He thought that First Elder knew that he had gone to the exchange spiritual hall after leaving the blazing fire golden sheep race. However, from Zhao Feng's point of view, the exchange spiritual hall was a very good and prosperous place. In the vast ancient desolate realm of gods, only that place had some fairness. Whether it was experts that were hiding from their enemies or traveling alone, they would often go to the exchange spiritual hall. Little friend Zhao should know that the controller of the exchange spiritual hall is the blue-eyed ice wolf race, right? First Elder continued. I know. Most of the guards of the exchange spiritual hall were members of the blue-eyed ice wolf race. How could Zhao Feng not know this? Furthermore, when Zhao Feng went to the auction spiritual hall to sell something, the blue-eyed ice wolf race secretly sent people to assassinate him. Zhao Feng wouldn't forget this so easily. In the future, when Zhao Feng was strong enough, he would definitely teach the blue-eyed ice wolf race a lesson. In reality, the controller of the exchange spiritual hall isn't fixed. Every 1,000 years, there will be an exchange spiritual hall battle to decide the controller of the exchange spiritual hall. There's only 1 year left until the exchange spiritual hall battle. True God Skyfire spoke at this moment. At that moment, real God Skyfire spoke. He originally thought that Zhao Feng would know what his goal was after the Great Elder had said so much. However, Zhao Feng still looked confused. Zhao Feng paused for a moment. He had never heard of the exchange spiritual hall battle before. Patriarch, you mean for me to represent the blazing fire golden sheep race and fight for the exchange spiritual hall? At that moment, Zhao Feng instantly understood real God Tianhua and Great Elder's intentions. However, Zhao Feng was also shocked by the blazing fire golden sheep race's appetite. The blazing fire golden sheep race was one of the weakest 4-star factions in Sky Feather Island, but they actually wanted to dip their fingers into this fat piece of meat. That's right. Real God Skyfire gave an awkward smile. He also suspected that Zhao Feng was a being from the ancient desolate realm of gods and didn't even know this. Little friend Zhao has been to the exchange spiritual hall, so you should know just how much profit such a place can make in 1,000 years. Also, if the blazing fire golden sheep race controls the exchange spiritual hall, little friend Zhao will be able to exercise some special privileges. Real God Skyfire immediately tempted him with benefits. In addition, everyone participating in the exchange spiritual hall competition is below the demigod realm. With little friend Zhao's strength, there shouldn't be a problem. At this moment, the great elder spoke slowly, echoing real God Tianhuo's words to entice Zhao Feng. Sky Feather Island was a 4-star faction, and true god experts were the peak experts of the faction. If a true god expert participated in the competition for the exchange spiritual hall and was injured or severely injured, the faction might fall into danger. After all, there were conflicts between the factions of Sky Feather Island. Once a race fell into a disadvantageous position, they might immediately be attacked by enemies. Thus, Sky Feather Island set a rule that only experts below the true god level could compete for the exchange spiritual hall. There was no age limit. From true God Skyfire's point of view, Zhao Feng's strength was almost invincible against those below the true god level. Apart from the Sky Feather Island Lord's disciple, Shifeng, he probably wouldn't need a match. Obtaining an exchange spiritual hall definitely wouldn't be a problem. I'm very interested in the exchange spiritual hall and can agree to it, but Zhao Feng spoke slowly, causing true God Skyfire and the great elders' hearts to jump to their throats. However, I want 60% of the total profits from the exchange spiritual hall. Zhao Feng's words almost caused true God Skyfire to jump out of his seat. Zhao Feng wanted 60% of the profits, while the blazing fire golden sheep race, a massive 4-star faction, only wanted 40%. Zhao Feng was asking for an exorbitant price. The great elder was stunned on the spot and looked at Zhao Feng in shock. He didn't expect Zhao Feng to give such a terrifying condition. This 60% isn't just my reward for fighting for the exchange spiritual hall. Zhao Feng's expression turned cold as he spoke. The expressions of true God Skyfire and the great elder instantly returned to normal. They naturally understood the meaning behind Zhao Feng's words. The blazing fire golden sheep race only had one true god expert. Even if they obtained the exchange spiritual hall, they wouldn't have the ability to protect it. Instead, it would bring about the destruction of their race. For example, the blue-eyed ice wolf race, which was ranked 4th in Sky Feather Island, had 3 true god experts and could easily destroy the blazing fire golden sheep race. However, it was very likely that Zhao Feng's strength had reached the level of a rank 1 true god. As long as Zhao Feng was willing to help them, the blazing fire golden sheep race would have the battle power of 2 true god experts, and they would be able to rank in the top 10 of Sky Feather Island. In reality, this was what true God Skyfire and the Great Elder were worried about at the start. Otherwise, they would have made this request a long time ago after seeing Zhao Feng's strength. They just didn't expect Zhao Feng to think so clearly at such a young age. This old man can promise little friend Zhao this. Little friend Zhao, when you break through to the heavenly divine realm in the future, don't forget about the blazing fire golden sheep race. True God Skyfire hesitated for a moment before agreeing. From his point of view, since Zhao Feng had a divine body, he should be able to break through at any time and break through to the heavenly divine realm. However, Zhao Feng was suppressing his cultivation and consolidating his strength so that he could break through to a higher heavenly divine realm. If Zhao Feng reached the demigod realm, he would obtain a dazzling title, quasi-god. In the ancient desolate realm of gods, there were peerless geniuses that could break through to the heavenly divine realm at any time after reaching the demigod realm. They even had a 100% chance of success, but they suppressed their cultivation and accumulated their strength so that they could break through to a higher heavenly divine realm. These peerless geniuses had the terrifying strength of rank 1, rank 2, and even rank 3 true gods at the demigod realm. For such geniuses, it was somewhat inappropriate to call them demigods, so people called them quasi-gods. From true God Skyfire's point of view, once Zhao Feng reached the demigod realm, he would obtain the title of quasi-god. He obviously wanted to rope in such a peerless genius. Once Zhao Feng broke through to the heavenly divine realm, he might even be able to obtain a second-tier heavenly divine realm. That's great. When the competition for the Exchange Spiritual Hall starts, Patriarch can inform me directly. Seeing that True God Skyfire had agreed, Zhao Feng bid farewell and left. The competition for the Exchange Spiritual Hall was for experts below the True God realm, so it wasn't a challenge for Zhao Feng at all. Thinking back to when True God Tian Fa had descended to the continent zone and suppressed his cultivation, he had fought against nearly 20 demigods and dozens of sacred kings alone. How domineering was that? Although the experts in the ancient desolate realm of gods were stronger than those in the continent zone, with Zhao Feng's strength as a rank 1 true god, he would be able to easily deal with 7 or 8 powerful demigods at the same time. How could Zhao Feng reject an opportunity where there was no danger and he could obtain a large amount of resources? After returning to his own hall, Zhao Feng went into seclusion. In the St. Pearl Tower, Zhao Feng heard about the other powerful forces and the wild ancient secret dimension. This stimulated Zhao Feng's desire to become stronger. The entire Sky Feather Island didn't have the right to enter the wild ancient secret dimension. Only the Golden Jade race had the right to do so in the entire Blue Ocean Bay. There were also 4.5-star forces, peak 4-star forces, and the legendary 5-star forces in an even wider area. Only when I'm strong will I be able to see the glory of the entire ancient desolate realm of gods. Zhao Feng's gaze was extremely determined. The power of his soul became purer and more condensed. Large amounts of earth, wind, and lightning resources appeared in front of Zhao Feng. After circulating the 5-elemental wind-lightning technique, Zhao Feng absorbed the elemental power like crazy. At the same time, Zhao Feng multitasked and comprehended the divine forming technique, the wind-lightning raging finger, the golden Kuan's sacred lightning body, and strengthening his ancient blood devil sun bloodline. On a certain day, the power of the earth of wind lightning around Zhao Feng suddenly started to rampage, and the aura from Zhao Feng's body rose to another level. This was the sign of the earth of wind lightning breaking through to the peak stages of the 5-elemental wind lightning technique. This was a small bottleneck that had stopped Zhao Feng for a long time. Logically speaking, Zhao Feng's cultivation should have reached the peak stages of the mystic light realm if he only cultivated the earth of wind lightning to the peak stages. However, at this moment, Zhao Feng managed to break through the earth of wind lightning even though he was suppressing his cultivation. Zhao Feng didn't stop after breaking through the bottleneck. He immediately took out many more resources and continued to cultivate the earth of wind lightning. 1 month later, with the accumulation of resources, Zhao Feng's earth of wind lightning advanced to the next level. The earth of wind lightning had reached the peak stages, and Zhao Feng's foundation was extremely stable. Zhao Feng would be able to break through to the 10th level of the metal of wind lightning soon. However, Zhao Feng wanted to increase his strength as much as possible in order to break through to a higher level of the heavenly divine realm. Therefore, he still spent a lot of ancient resources to consolidate the earth of wind lightning. On this day, within the forbidden grounds of the blazing fire golden sheep race, True God Skyfire's expression changed slightly, and he suddenly opened his eyes in shock. He took out his communication token and sent out a message before flying out. The sky in the distance had turned fiery red, as if the sky itself was burning. A surge of fiery red light with a terrifying pressure descended upon the blazing fire golden sheep race. The leader of the blazing fire golden sheep race was covered in scarlet flames and radiated a shocking scarlet light. He was like a scarlet sun that attracted everyone's attention. Heavenly flame, come out! The elders suddenly roared, and a wave of heat surged toward the blazing fire golden sheep race as if it wanted to melt everything. Right at this moment, True God Skyfire and the 5 elders charged out. True God Skyfire waved his hand, and a scarlet golden flame shot out and extinguished the elders' terrifying flames. True God Sunfire, why are you doing this? The Skyfire True Body looked at True God Sunfire with a grim expression. True God Sunfire was the patriarch of the Scarlet Sun race. At this moment, he was leading another true god expert and most of the upper echelon experts of the race toward the blazing fire golden sheep race. The Scarlet Sun race was in the top 10 of the 4-star factions of Sky Feather Island. It wasn't something that the blazing fire golden sheep race could fight against. True God Skyfire, hand over Zhao Feng, or else today won't end. True God Sunfire had a cold gaze and a condescending expression. He didn't put True God Skyfire in his eyes at all. He believed that the measly blazing fire golden sheep race would obediently hand over the human called Zhao Feng. Chapter 1158. Senior Zhao. The expressions of all the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race changed. They didn't expect the Scarlet Sun race to come for Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng. Real God Skyfire frowned. During this period of time, Zhao Feng had only been to the Exchange Spiritual Hall once. This meant that Zhao Feng must have offended someone from the Scarlet Sun clan in the Exchange Spiritual Hall. If it was in the past, True God Skyfire might have handed over Zhao Feng under the threat of the Scarlet Sun race. After all, the Scarlet Sun race was a powerful 4-star power of Sky Feather Island, and the blazing fire golden sheep race was only one of the weakest 4-star powers here. The blazing fire golden sheep race would definitely suffer if they fought head-on. However, Zhao Feng had just agreed to Real God Tianhua's request to participate in the fight for the Exchange Spiritual Hall. Once they handed over Zhao Feng, the blazing fire golden sheep race would lose a chance to rise again. They would probably be stuck at the bottom of Sky Feather Island forever. Patriarch, we don't know what heinous crimes this Zhao Feng has committed. Hand him over so that we can avoid a disaster for our tribe. Second Elder Si Liuhan's eyes flashed with a cold light as he immediately said to the Patriarch, Patriarch, please put the blazing fire golden sheep race first. The third elder immediately agreed. Quickly hand it over. In the crimson sky far away, a middle-aged man next to Real God Yang Yen scoffed coldly impatiently. This person was the Scarlet Sun clan's Real God Giant Flame who had just ascended a few thousand years ago. It was because of his appearance that the Scarlet Sun clan rose from the bottom 4-star force to the middle class. Zhao Feng is my clan's honored guest. If I hand him over now, how will the other people of Sky Feather Island look at me in the future? Real God Tianhua's eyes shot a sharp light and his aura rose to another level. The upper echelon of the Scarlet Sun race gazed down at the blazing fire golden sheep race with shock. It was obvious that no one had expected Real God Skyfire to refuse. Patriarch, Zhao Feng is just an outsider. How can you ignore the safety of the blazing fire golden sheep race for him? Second Elder Si Liuhan's expression changed and his eyes were filled with shock. Shut up! Real God Tianhua roared fiercely and interrupted Si Liuhan's words. Real God Tianhua had naturally thought about it carefully before making such a decision. As long as Zhao Feng had the strength to fight back against a rank 1 true god, they would be able to survive this crisis. Once they took over the Exchange Spiritual Hall, the blazing fire golden sheep race would be able to quickly rise. The key to protecting the Exchange Spiritual Hall was still Zhao Feng. True God Skyfire had bet everything on Zhao Feng. If he was right, the blazing fire golden sheep race would rise to power, but if he was wrong, they would be doomed. Good, the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race killed the second elder of the Scarlet Sun race, Chen Yuhai. Today, I will show you the anger of the Scarlet Sun race. True God Yang Yan's body was covered in scarlet flames that soared into the sky and emitted boundless heat and might. You're looking for me? Right at this moment, a sudden voice rang out just as the battle was about to begin. Shio! A dark yellow lightning bolt flashed to Real God Tianhua's side. On this person's shoulder was a silver-gray thieving cat. Zhao Feng. True God Yang Yan looked at Zhao Feng with an enraged expression. The Exchange Spiritual Hall was full of information, so it was extremely easy to find out what Zhao Feng looked like. The second elder, third elder, and some other members of the blazing fire golden sheep race also revealed expressions of hatred. The blazing fire golden sheep race was facing such a crisis because of Zhao Feng, but since the Patriarch wasn't willing to hand over Zhao Feng, They didn't dare to say anything. Zhao Feng, the Scarlet Sun race has 2 rank 1 true gods. True God Skyfire said when he saw Zhao Feng arrive. His meaning was extremely clear. As long as Zhao Feng could stall one true god, they would win this battle. After all, True God Skyfire had only brought a portion of his race, and this was the headquarters of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race. The Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race had the advantage in numbers. It's just 2 rank 1 true gods. There's nothing to worry about. Zhao Feng had an indifferent expression as he inspected the entire Scarlet Sun race and gave a faint smile. At that instant, all the experts from the 2 clans were startled. 2 rank 1 true gods. What's there to worry about? If this came from a rank 2 true god or even a stronger true god, it wouldn't be a big deal. However, these words came from the mouth of a late-stage Mystic Light Realm human. The members of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race wanted to laugh, but they couldn't because they were facing a great danger. The expressions of True God Skyfire and First Elder froze, and they squeezed out a faint smile. They obviously hoped that Zhao Feng really wasn't scared of 2 rank 1 true gods, but was that even possible? On the other hand, the expressions of the upper echelon of the Scarlet Sun race became grim. According to the information from when Zhao Feng killed Qin Yuhai, who was a demigod, wasn't able to resist at all. This meant that Zhao Feng was indeed very strong. Could he have hidden his cultivation level? True God Sun Flame guessed in his heart. This late-stage Mystic Light Realm human was able to remain calm and relaxed in the face of such danger. This made True God Sun Flame slightly uncertain. After all, he was a true god that had lived for several 100,000 years. He wasn't a reckless person. Zhao Feng, if you know what's good for you, then come with us. True God Giant Flame roared at this moment. Let's see if you have the ability or not. Zhao Feng revealed a disdainful expression. Meow meow. The little thieving cat on Zhao Feng's shoulder also made a face at True God Giant Flame to express its disdain. Fine, I'll personally kill you today. The scarlet flames around True God Giant Flame's body instantly rose by 10 yards, and everything within 1,000 miles turned red. I also want to see the strength of a rank 1 true god. Dark yellow and white gold patterns flashed around Zhao Feng's body as he became taller. He was like a heavy metallic mountain of lightning as he charged forward. The other members of the 2 races didn't move. Second Elder and Third Elder were thinking that if Zhao Feng was killed by True God Giant Flame, this matter would be resolved. On the other hand, True God Sky Flame and First Elder wanted to use this chance to see Zhao Feng's true strength. This brat dares to fight with True God Giant Flame? The expression of True God Sun Flame from the Scarlet Sun race paused. It didn't make sense for a measly late-stage Mystic Light Realm to attack a rank 1 true god. Raging Flames Explosion. Sacred Lightning Dominating Punch. A dazzling fiery red light collided with a ball of dark thunder. Boom! A muffled explosion sounded in heaven and earth as terrifying fire, earth, and lightning swept in every direction. True God Sky Flame immediately circulated his divine power to block some of the shockwaves so that the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race wouldn't be affected. 2 balls of light shot out from the center of the explosion. Divine Body. True God Giant Flame was stunned. A measly late-stage Mystic Light Realm cultivator had the divine body of a rank 1 true god? Furthermore, Zhao Feng cultivated a very high-level body strengthening technique, so his defense was extremely strong. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's body and attacks contained the destructive power of God Tribulation Lightning. Even a rank 1 true god like Zhao Feng felt uncomfortable. On the other side, Zhao Feng felt a burning pain in his chest. A ball of scarlet-red flames burned there and started to drill into his body. The bloodline of the Scarlet Sun race allows us to send a special poisonous flame into the enemy's body. True God Giant Flame laughed coldly. From the battle just now, he realized that Zhao Feng didn't have an ancient bloodline. In the ancient desolate realm of gods, an ancient bloodline was a symbol of status. If one had a terrifying bloodline, they might even be taken away by peak 4-star forces or even 5-star forces. However, right at this moment, A ball of blood-colored light appeared from Zhao Feng's body. Whoosh, a glass-like flame that looked like a blood-colored sun surrounded Zhao Feng's body. It looked bright red, and the aura of his bloodline was hot and domineering as it instantly swallowed the fire poison. Zhao Feng's ancient blood devil sun bloodline had changed after being strengthened by many precious resources and the ancient bloodline. It wasn't any weaker than the Scarlet Sun bloodline, which was ranked in the 8,000th of the 10,000 ancient races. What? True God Giant Flame was stunned. He didn't sense any ancient bloodline from Zhao Feng, but now, Zhao Feng suddenly displayed a powerful bloodline. It didn't seem like an ancient bloodline, but it was extremely strong. It even seemed to surpass the Scarlet Sun bloodline. Divine body and a special bloodline. This person's battle power is probably on par with True God Giant Flame. True God Sun Flame judged from the changes in the last few breaths. This meant that the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race had 2 rank 1 True God experts. If they tried to fight now, both sides would be heavily injured. I didn't think that Zhao Feng was still hiding his bloodline power. True God Sky Flame's expression changed. Not all the experts in the ancient desolate realm of gods had an ancient bloodline. Some experts without an ancient bloodline were able to cultivate to a very high level through their own hard work. 10 million years ago, there was such an existence. He did not have an ancient bloodline, but he rose like a shooting star. He swept through the prodigies of various zones and defeated the experts of various zones. In the end, he cultivated the great Tao and became the supreme god king of the ancient desolate realm of gods. The members of both races had expressions of disbelief. A late-stage mystic light realm was able to fight against a rank 1 true god? How could something like this happen? Let me see your fire elemental bloodline. Although True God Giant Flame knew Zhao Feng's true strength, he was still very interested in Zhao Feng's special bloodline. Furthermore, he hadn't used his full strength in the fight just now. This time, he was going to force Zhao Feng into a disadvantageous position and regain some face. Boom! The flames around True God Giant Flame's body started to boil and radiate a scarlet light. Then I'll let you see. Zhao Feng's mouth curled up. 1. Zhao Feng's index finger undid a part of the seal on the Ice Empress and merged the power of the ancient Blood Devil Sun bloodline into it. Scarlet Sun Divine Fire. Wind Lightning Raging Finger. Boom. 2 scarlet figures clashed together like 2 scorching suns. But this time, only a scarlet figure was sent flying, leaving a trail of blood-red flames in its wake. Several bloody holes appeared in True God Giant Flame's chest, and blood gushed out like a fountain. Giant Flame! True God Yang Yen exclaimed. Giant Flame had used a divine technique just now, but he was still at a disadvantage. Yang Yen was stunned by this. With your strength, it's not wrong for Qin Yuhai to die at your hands. Let's go. True God Yang Yen said before quickly leaving the territory of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race with Giant Flame and the other members of his race. In the ancient desolate realm of gods, the strong were respected. The strength that Zhao Feng displayed wasn't weaker than a normal rank 1 true god. Furthermore, the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race had 2 true god experts, so the Scarlet Sun race wouldn't fight them head-on. Even after the people from the Scarlet Sun race left, the members of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race were still dazed. The shocking scene just now still lingered in their minds. Senior Zhao had actually injured True God Giant Flame of the Scarlet Sun race? Patriarch, if there's nothing else, I'll be leaving first. Zhao Feng casually said goodbye before disappearing. Zhao Feng's Earth of Wind Lightning and Ancient Blood Devil Sun bloodline had improved a lot recently, and True God Giant Flame was a new true god. Injuring him wasn't anything to be proud of. If Zhao Feng was able to severely injure an experienced true god like True God Yang Yen, then it would be worth celebrating. Scatter! True God Sky Fire suddenly roared, and everyone instantly woke up. The Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race slowly returned to normal. No one would have thought that the Scarlet Sun race would retreat just like that. Every member of the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race could feel that the Blazing Fire Golden Sheep race was slowly rising, and all of this seemed to start after Senior Zhao arrived. Chapter 1159. After defeating the Scarlet Sun race, Zhao Feng started to cultivate again. With his current strength, he couldn't even roam around Sky Feather Island as he pleased, let alone Blue Ocean Bay, the wider area, or even the 18 zones of the ancient desolate realm of gods. With a large amount of resources, Zhao Feng's Earth of Wind Lightning, which had just broken through a small bottleneck, started to climb, and it showed signs of breaking through to the next level of the 5 elemental wind lightning technique. There are still so many Earth elemental resources. I should absorb them all before trying to break through to the 10th level of the metal of wind lightning. Zhao Feng continued to suppress his cultivation and crazily absorbed the energy from the resources. Zhao Feng had prepared the most resources for the Earth of Wind Lightning, so he still had a lot left even though he was about to break through. On the other hand, Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body had been refined by the power of God Tribulation Lightning in his lightning soul body for a long time, so its resistance against God Tribulation Lightning was extremely strong. It had even become a vessel for God Tribulation Lightning. Right now, Zhao Feng could directly absorb the power of God Tribulation Lightning within the Lightning God Crystal into his sacred lightning body. At that point in time, Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body wouldn't be a defensive technique, but a destructive one. Furthermore, the power of God Tribulation Lightning within the Lightning God Crystal was extremely strong, and the duplication ability of Zhao Feng's left eye might not be able to succeed. Therefore, Zhao Feng planned to absorb more God Tribulation Lightning or duplicate the Lightning God Crystal when his sole intent reached the next level. At that point in time, Zhao Feng would have an endless supply of God Tribulation Lightning. Although he couldn't duplicate the Lightning God Crystal, duplicating the Misty Spatial World shouldn't be a problem. On this day, Zhao Feng moved all the resources and beasts within the Misty Spatial World into a high-level interspatial dimension. This interspatial dimension was the one that Zhao Feng had taken from Chen Yuhai. Its quality wasn't bad, and it was close to the level of a substandard god weapon. Zhao Feng then sucked the Misty Spatial World into the dimension of his left eye and duplicated it. Zhao Feng's plan was to give Zhao Wan and Zhao Wang one and have them leave to train elsewhere. On top of that, Zhao Feng also needed to keep a Misty Spatial World as a backup, so he needed to duplicate 3 Misty Spatial Worlds. The difficulty of duplicating a substandard god artifact was extremely high, and it required a very long time. Thus, during this period of time, Zhao Feng had been in seclusion. In the outside world, the entire Sky Feather Island was bustling with activity. The 4 exchange spiritual halls were packed with people. I wonder which race will gain control of the exchange spiritual hall this time. I heard that the prodigy of the Emerald Green Feather clan accidentally obtained the legacy of a true god, and his strength is now abnormally strong. The genius of the Shark Tooth race, Sen Yu, can already exchange several blows with a rank 1 true god. Inside the Celestial Pearl Tower, the experts of the various races were discussing the geniuses that they thought had the ability to win. Brother Zhang, tell me about the prodigy of the Scarlet Sun tribe. At this time, a young man who was eating with a man with rough skin and dark red skin asked curiously. The Scarlet Sun race was one of the top 10 4-star races on Sky Feather Island. Although they could not defeat the geniuses of the top 5 forces, they should still be very strong. The Scarlet Sun race won't fight for the exchange spiritual hall. Brother Zhang said awkwardly. Even he felt embarrassed when the Scarlet Sun race said such words in front of so many people. However, the Scarlet Sun race indeed wouldn't fight for the exchange spiritual hall this time. Brother Zhang, why is that? The good friend that was drinking with him asked in surprise. The other diners around were also very curious. The prodigies of the Scarlet Sun race aren't as good as before. Brother Zhang sighed and said vaguely. However, that wasn't the case. The Scarlet Sun race had nurtured a group of geniuses and was waiting for the competition for the exchange spiritual hall to pick out the strongest ones. However, after the Scarlet Sun race attacked the blazing Fire Golden Sheep race half a year ago, they completely gave up on the idea of fighting for the exchange spiritual hall. All of this was because of the youth called Zhao Feng. Even though he was a late-stage mystic light realm, he was able to injure true god giant Flame. Such strength made the prodigies of the race lose confidence. He had been present at the time, so he had personally witnessed the scene. It was because of this that the upper echelon of the Scarlet Sun race believed that the exchange spiritual hall nearby would definitely fall into the hands of the blazing fire golden sheep race. This was why the Scarlet Sun race didn't completely break out with the blazing fire golden sheep race. However, the entire Scarlet Sun race had locked down the news of True God Giant Flame being injured by a nameless human, so outsiders didn't know. All the experts in the St. Pearl Tower could tell that this person from the Scarlet Sun race wasn't willing to talk about it. Although they were curious about the reason, everyone's attention was immediately attracted by other anecdotes. Within a dark palace made of ice in the forbidden area of the Exchange Spiritual Hall. Patriarch, what should we do during the competition for the Exchange Spiritual Hall? That Zhao Feng is too terrifying. He killed a demigod and 2 peak stage mystic light realm experts that we sent out. Apparently, the Scarlet Sun race attacked the blazing fire golden sheep race but retreated without fighting. All of this is because of Zhao Feng. The upper echelon of the blue-eyed ice wolf race were extremely worried. One of them was an elder with blue eyes who had a gloomy expression. This was the elder who had helped Zhao Feng appraise the items that were being auctioned off. Because of his carelessness, the blue-eyed ice wolf race didn't know how strong Zhao Feng was, which was why the blue-eyed ice wolf race had offended Zhao Feng. Otherwise, the blue-eyed ice wolf race could have pulled Zhao Feng over to their side before the competition for the Exchange Spiritual Hall, and everything would have been fine. Haha, there's no need to worry. At this moment, a cold and aloof elder in an ice-blue robe laughed loudly. Down below, many of the elders' expressions changed, revealing looks of surprise. Could it be that the Patriarch has another way? Come out. The elder in blue robes revealed a wicked smile. Then, a cold sword shadow instantly descended beside him. This man wasn't old, but his entire body exuded a chilling sword intent. His gaze suddenly froze, and in the air, a formless sword of cold light appeared. That bone-piercing coldness caused the hearts of all the experts here to shiver, as though their bodies and souls were being pierced through. What a strong sword intent! Who is this person? Just one gaze is enough to make me submit? The upper echelon of the blue-eyed ice wolf race, including the demigod elders, were stunned. All right, Gulan, your opponent will appear soon. The elder in blue robes smiled excitedly. This exchange spiritual hall would forever belong to the blue-eyed ice wolf race. Within the misty spatial world, the 4-colored wind lightning sacred power above Zhao Feng was like a whirlpool that appeared in heaven and earth. The water of wind lightning, wood of wind lightning, fire of wind lightning, and earth of wind lightning kept on changing. Among them, the earth of wind lightning was the most abundant, and it kept on rolling. At the same time, the 4-colored wind lightning sacred power within Zhao Feng's sacred power whirlpool started to circulate rapidly. One boom! A sharp golden light appeared in the center of the wind lightning sacred power whirlpool, and it radiated a sharp aura that could pierce through anything. The earth of wind lightning sacred power whirlpool then expanded and formed a golden wind lightning sacred power. The metal of wind lightning is even stronger than the fire of wind lightning. A joyful expression appeared on Zhao Feng's face. The instant the metal of wind lightning appeared, Zhao Feng's cultivation couldn't be suppressed anymore. He immediately broke through to the peak stages of the mystic light realm, which was the level of a sacred king in the continent zone. Several metal elemental ores and resources appeared in front of Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng had started to prepare resources for the metal of wind lightning a long time ago. The ones he just took out were just the weakest ones. Zhao Feng immediately controlled the first 5 surges of wind lightning sacred power and absorbed the metal elemental energy to form a brand new metal of wind lightning sacred power. Zhao Feng's metal of wind lightning sacred power quickly increased, and it was soon on par with the other 4 surges of wind lightning sacred power. The reason why the metal of wind lightning sacred power was able to form so quickly was because Zhao Feng had used the vine fruit that contained the element of metal to increase his comprehension of the intent of metal a long time ago. Therefore, even though Zhao Feng had just obtained the metal of wind lightning, he wasn't unfamiliar with this power at all. Zhao Feng was able to control the metal of wind lightning freely in just a short while. Wind lightning raging finger. Zhao Feng circulated the metal of wind lightning's sacred power and pointed out with his finger. A dazzling golden light suddenly flashed in the void and shot out. On the other side, the cultivating black destruction serpent dragon didn't know that Zhao Feng would suddenly use it to practice, so it wasn't able to dodge in time. A thin golden light pierced through its arm. Good brat, you're already so strong after breaking through to the peak stages of the mystic light realm. The black destruction serpent dragon had just recovered to the demigod realm, and its destruction dragon body was extremely strong, even surpassing a rank 1 divine body. However, it was still pierced through by a casual finger from Zhao Feng. Luckily, Zhao Feng's finger didn't contain the power of God Tribulation Lightning, so the black destruction serpent dragon didn't need to worry about anything. Its injuries would recover soon. Little Black, I'll allow you to recover to the level of a rank 1 true god. Zhao Feng said faintly at this moment. Okay, thank you, master. The black destruction serpent dragon's anger instantly disappeared, and it didn't even bother with Zhao Feng calling it Little Black anymore. It succeeded? Zhao Feng's eyes twinkled. A golden ripple appeared in his left eye. A spatial whirlpool appeared in the air, and the 4 misty spatial world arm guards appeared. Because he was too focused on cultivating, the misty spatial world had already been duplicated. Zhao Feng only realized this now. Zhao Feng immediately moved all the items from the other interspatial dimension into the misty spatial world. These are for you too. Zhao Feng threw an interspatial dimension to Zhao Wang and Zhao Wan. Zhao Feng prepared to continue cultivating after giving some orders. I'll draw the power of God Tribulation Lightning into the metal of wind lightning. Only then will the power of the metal of wind lightning become stronger and unstoppable. This was what Zhao Feng had planned for a long time. I merged the fire of wind lightning and the metal of wind lightning together? A thought suddenly appeared in Zhao Feng's mind. This was because Zhao Feng's fire of wind lightning already contained the power of God Tribulation Lightning. If he could merge the fire of wind lightning, the metal of wind lightning, and the power of God Tribulation Lightning together, how terrifying would the power be? Zhao Feng's heart jumped. However, right at this moment, the communication token not far away flashed with a faint golden light. It's starting? Zhao Feng, who had been in seclusion for a year, had almost completely forgotten about the competition for the Exchange Spiritual Hall. After all, fighting against demigods was meaningless to him. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's cultivation had increased by another level, and he had managed to cultivate the metal of wind lightning. The competition for the Exchange Spiritual Hall was like child's play to him. Zhao Feng immediately left the misty spatial world. Little friend Zhao, it's time to go. In the outside world, the upper echelon of the blazing fire golden sheep race waited quietly for Zhao Feng. Below, all the members of the blazing fire golden sheep race seemed to be looking up at a god. Their eyes were filled with fire and respect. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.